if you guys did not see the thumbnail for some reason, this is what we're going to be making today. So we have the entire busy book. So this, my baby, is Ruby. She can't play with these. She's too little. But we use her name. If you see Ruby, I literally use it for everything.
Ruby Doo.
Yeah, little Ruby Doo. And then we have this little play tray. So this is actually, y'all, this fits on the, like on their car seat. So like if they're sitting in their car seat, this sits perfectly on the edges of the car seat, which is awesome because it's magnetic. You can do some like magnetic puzzle crafts, which we're actually going to be filming or we're doing a live for that.
Here, doing a live. I'm going to be making a magnetic puzzle, like puzzle.
So that would be awesome for these, don't you think? I think that would be so cute. But the trays are just, they help so that nothing is like rolling around in the car, which honestly it's probably going to roll around a little bit, but that's fine. I would like to show you guys everything that we have here. So I've got, this is the Caesar Easy Weed, or I'm sorry, this is the Caesar transfer tape. I always say Caesar Easy Weed. I don't think that's what it's called. And then obviously you're going to need a binder. You're going to need a tray. I've gotten almost everything here from the Dollar Tree. I'm trying to think. The cardstock's not from the Dollar Tree. And I think that's it. I mean, other than like things like a squeegee and this, most of this stuff is from the Dollar Tree. I've got some markers here. These are just like the Crayola markers. And look how cute this little cone is. Like, are you kidding me? I'm obsessed with it. Let's go overhead and let me show you guys all of the other things that I've got here. So this is overwhelming, I feel like, but we have listed everything in the description for you all. I've got some pom-poms. I've got popsicle sticks. So these are like basic things you may even have laying around your house already. I've got these gallon-sized Ziploc bags. These are super handy because they are the zippy ones, and I feel like the kids can get into them a lot easier. I've got some cardstock right here that coordinates with our little puffer balls. They need to be matching because we're going to do a matching activity with those. And then this is a printout for a puzzle we're going to be making with the popsicle sticks. I've got a pink binder, obviously. Weeding tool, brayer, measuring. This is just painter's tape. I don't know why I could not find the words for that. And then I'm using lots of holographic vinyl. I feel like this is very sensory. This is very sensory, like for kids. Like, y'all, I still am obsessed with holographic. Like, I literally love it. It makes me so happy.
Holographic, shiny.
I want it all.
Obsessed.
Like everything. This is opalescent blue. Are you kidding me?
That makes me so happy.
Me too. It reminds me of the ocean also. And then I've got a 3-hole punch, some scissors, and just a standard grip mat, and obviously our Cricut. So what I think we should do first, let's start by decorating our binder. So I'm gonna hop over to Design Space and I'm gonna show you guys how I laid everything out in order to actually do our little binder. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead, let's just delete this because I can show you guys. So I'm just going to make a text, and I'm using the chiffon font for all of this, and I'm using a couple of our cut files, but today we're going to be doing Annie's busy book. I'm going to blow this up so we can see what we're doing. And then we'll put busy book, and I'm just going to pull this to the length of the word Annie's. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys where I got the file to use for the flowers. You can type in, it's actually called family. It's under like the family category, but I'm going to cut out the flowers out of this file because I thought the flowers were really cute and kind of groovy. And y'all know
I'm
about
pretty
that.
sure we've downloaded this, like me and you specifically, like 2 or 3 times and tried to use it on like a few different projects. It's just these flowers.
Those flowers, I know.
Out of that family file.
I love them. I think they're really cute. So I downloaded it. I already had uploaded it earlier, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull this in. And all you're going to do once it gets in here is ungroup. And we don't need this family forever. We also don't really need 2 sets of flowers. So you can contour this out. I'm just going to hide all contours. And then we need the middle of that flower. And you can duplicate this as many times as you want. So like if you wanted to have 6 flowers, you can duplicate it. I'm just gonna do 2 flowers, just like this. And then that's kind of our design. So Sin loves the flowers too. I think they're very cute. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna add an offset to the flowers. So I just selected both of them and I'm gonna do let's do a little bit smaller than that. Let's just do like a 0.1 offset. Oops, I didn't apply it. Let's go back. It doesn't need to be like a huge offset or anything, just so we can add a little something behind it all.
A little flair.
A little flair. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing here. Go ahead and apply that. And that's our design. So the way that I've laid it out in Design Space here is Annie's Busy Book. That's gonna be a color. All of the offsets are gonna be a color, including the words for the offset for the words, as well as the offset for the flowers. That's gonna be the same color. And then the flowers will be their own color. So we can go ahead and send that through the Cricut. And then when it cuts out, I've already cut out and weeded this so you guys can see, but I have not actually attached the layers. If we can just go overhead, I'll show you guys. So I did my offset in this holographic blue, and I've already put transfer tape over top of this. So it's very pretty. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna make some room so we have room to like
And while she's making room, if there's anything that we are going too fast on, or you all need help or want to ask questions, like definitely ask those questions. I'm over here in the comments, checking all of the comments. So make sure you ask us those questions if we are going a little too fast. That way we can answer them.
Yes, because I have like a lot of little tidbits to go through with you guys. So I also want to mention before you make it that you are not making it gigantic. So like, make sure, like on this one, on Ruby's Busy Book, I took a tape measure and made sure it was no bigger. Like this is 10 inches. And then the Ruby was only like 7 3/4 of an inch wide. So make sure you're making sure that your text is not bigger than your binder. And what we'll do next is get our binder. And I'm gonna go ahead, you can do this a couple different ways. I could layer that. I could have not put transfer tape on this and then layered this all and then put the whole sticker on the book, but I already have transfer tape over it. So we're gonna go ahead and stick the offset onto our binder. So we filled this baby up. We filled it
to the brim,
which I mean I like it.
I do too.
Oh, I didn't realize this was like solid blue on the back. That's kind of cool.
Cool.
And so you could put it at the bottom, the top, in the middle, whatever your heart desires. And we're just gonna go for it. If you guys watch me put vinyl on, just close your eyes, okay? I am a wing
This would be a really good time to use like the taco method or anything
the parchment
like
paper
parchment
method.
paper.
Yes, all of the above. And then we're just gonna peel our transfer off. Ooh, I love that color.
I'm sitting over here in the corner, like trying to like peek at it and look.
Yeah, I'm gonna scooch over. Can you see it now?
Yeah,
okay.
I can see it now.
Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and attach our holographic, and I need to burnish it a little bit more. Are you guys like keeping up? Am I going too fast? Let me know if I am.
Now this is where the parchment paper hack would probably come into like be helpful.
Yes, I agree. So what you would do if you were going to use the parchment paper is you would peel this off. And I have not utilized this hack maybe like once. This does not want to stick for some reason. But you would peel your second layer off and you would stick the parchment paper to this layer. Mm-hmm. And then you would lay it on top and kind of get it lined. You would leave a little bit
on the outside.
Yeah, like you would leave a lip over here, and you would peel it back. So like if this were the parchment paper, you would slowly like peel it out so it was perfectly aligned with this. And it really does seem to help. I mean, I see people using it all the time. This holographic vinyl is finicky. I will say that. I do love it, but it can be very hard to get off of the like backer, if that makes sense. Have you used it a lot?
Not a whole lot, but I have used it a few times, and it
can be
very finicky.
But, and I also want to say, whenever you go to cut it, there is a holographic vinyl setting that you can use. And I apply more pressure. That way, whenever it goes to cut, it goes all the way through, and it may even go through your backer. But sometimes if I don't put more pressure, it doesn't even cut through my vinyl. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like I would rather it cut through my backer a little bit than, does that make sense?
Right.
Like, I would rather it do that than not.
So, for those that didn't hear, if you weren't paying attention, if you're using the holographic vinyl, there is that holographic setting. We like to use that plus doing the more pressure.
Yes.
Just to make sure it gets that good crisp cut.
I don't know why this is like not wanting to come off. Some of it's coming off. We're getting there. We're getting places. What's everybody saying? What's Carol talking about fonts? I see her up there chit-chatting.
She said I was helping a member find a font. Down the rabbit hole I went. I had to make a new to-do list because they are so cute. And now she has a list of 10 fonts that she wants to use in the next month.
Oh, that's a good goal.
Yeah.
Like a font usage goal.
We love a good font here.
We do. We're font people. Me particularly, I love fonts. Y'all, this is not normal. I'm just going to say that. I've been filming all morning, and I think I'm just having bad luck with the Cricut today. But we're almost there. We've almost got it. Okay, I've got it. I got it off. Finally. And then, so we're just going to line this up right on our offset. And there are ways to do this too. Listen, don't come for me. Okay, you guys? I'm an eyeballer. It's who I am as a person.
And that's okay.
It is okay. It's just who I am. Oh, what did I do here? Why is it? Oh, wait, maybe I'm right. No, this is right. Okay. I'm lining up my flowers. I don't know. I feel like in crafting, you don't have to take it so seriously. Like,
right.
In life, I take everything a little bit more seriously. Crafting, I don't have to. Like, what's it going to hurt if I mess up? Like, what's it going to hurt if you don't line something up correctly? It's not. It's not going to hurt anybody. But anyways, let's look at this in front, y'all.
I love it.
I love it. This makes me so happy.
So Kathy says, I wish I could.
So now that we've got our book, if you if you wanted to, you could do the same design on your tray, but we put Ruby's play tray. So you could just do the same similar pattern on here if you wanted to. We kind of coordinated the colors, like these colors match that book, but you could do the same thing with this. So that's an option too. But what we're gonna do next, let's start with a simple one. Let's start with our pom-pom. So what you're gonna need for this one is colored cardstock and your pom-poms. So these right here, okay? I've got coordinating colors for each color of my poms.
And can I just say, Alicia spent so much time like actually researching like true sensory stuff for kids and what is best, and I love it.
I know, it's just
the teacher
fun.
in me, it makes my teacher heart happy.
Oh, I'm sure. So you can see there's a color for each puffer. I'm gonna show you guys what we're actually making. So when you open up this book, we've got our little first sensory activity right here. And I have hole punched the Ziploc bags at the bottom. Sin actually, if you see Sin chit-chatting, she was at our content meeting and she helped us actually come up with this idea, and she mentioned to sew it, and I'll show you guys. I sewed one together. I'll show you guys the sewn one. But for this project, we just punched the holes, and then we got I bought this from the Dollar Tree. This is like a little medicine, I don't know what you call it, like a pill box. Yeah, a pill box. And inside of the top of each one, we put the colored cardstock. So the kids on their little tray, and you could put magnets on the back of this so it didn't slide around everywhere. But on their little tray, you can throw all the little pom-poms, and they can match the colors to the pom-poms. Does that make sense?
And it's the sensory part of like touching the pom-poms,
yeah, they're
putting
soft.
it in there.
Yes.
Then opening and closing the lids is another part of the sensory activity that we love.
Oh yeah, and then they can close it in there. Love that. Another thing with the pom-poms while we're talking about it is you can use little straws. So I got these at the Dollar Tree as well, and they're so cute. They can blow these around just like this. I mean, kids love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I just love children so much because they're so amused by, like, the most simplest things. But,
I know.
So you can throw some little paper straws in there. I'm not going to stick that back in because germs, you know.
Germs, you know.
So anyways, what I did to do this was just measure out the size of each of these little things, and you can just take your little measuring tool, and this one is 1 inch wide by 1.5 inches tall. And so we can hop into Design Space, and I'm just gonna make some little rectangles 1 inch by 1.5 inches.
And I mean, this is one too, like if you didn't want, you are like using your Cricut gets that exact measurement on every one of those. But it's also one of those things, like if you just wanted to measure on the cardstock, to make a quick one.
Oh, yeah.
You could just cut them yourself.
Oh, yeah. You totally, if you didn't want to take the time to do this, but I just wanted to show you guys, you know, if you want to, you can totally do this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then you're just going to duplicate it. So we've got obviously 7 days of the week, so you could duplicate it 7 times. And then you can just cut all these out. Now, if you wanted to cut them all out at the same time, let me show you guys what I would do. So we've got 7. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. We don't need it. I've got 7 little squares. And then we can come over to make it. If you wanted to do this, I feel like it's a lot of work for a little square. But if you want a perfect square, what you can do is line these up right at like a measurement. So like I'm going to put that one right at the 4. I'm going to put this one right at the 8. And then I'm going to repeat this right here. And what I can do is if we go overhead, you can put your cardstock on your mat. Because if you made like 3 of these, I mean, it might be, like if you have 3 kids, it might be quicker for you to just cut the squares out. Does that make sense? Where did I throw my scissors? Oh, here they are. I found them. Okay. So what you could do is just, if you've got scrap laying around, you can kind of slap this on here. So we've got one up in the corner. We put one right at the 4 mark. And I can't cut straight because of who I am as a person. So I don't try to do that. I'm just going to line that up right at the 4. And you're going to lay them right at the marks where you put it for it to cut. Just like these. And then it looks like our other ones, let's go to Design Space. It looks like our other ones are right between the 3 and the 4. I'm going to actually scooch them over to right at the 5 mark. So we have an exact measurement. This one will be right at the 5 and the 4. I hope this isn't confusing you guys. I want it to be very simple.
So one thing, somebody asked where you could figure out what activity is best for each age group. We did research. If you are doing your research, you can just like Google sensory activities for whatever age child you have, grandchild, whatever.
Pinterest.
The really good ones, this is just the teacher coming out in me, come from an educational site, which is a .edu, an organization, things like that. There are some other good ones that you're going to find like at a commercial site, but like the ones that are backed by research, you're going to find at a .org or a .edu.
That's a good point. That's a really good point to make. Yeah, I never have thought about that, but I wish that if I knew that, I would have straight up done it that way. Okay, and then I'm just going to like braid these down, make sure they stick. And then we can send this through the Cricut. And while that cuts, I'll show you guys some more stuff.
Oh, somebody's asking about that brand mat. That is from Amazon, correct?
Yes, it's a Do Halo.
We don't know.
I don't know how you say it.
We got it to test out the different types of mats, right?
Yes.
To see if we could find like the cheapest one that we liked the best.
Yes.
And this was one that we really ended up liking.
Listen, I'm married to this black center grip mat. I have used it nonstop for like a week and a half. I just love it. I don't know. It just works really good. It's just a standard grip. I wish they kept the colors the same just so people don't get like confused. Like, what's a black mat, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. I forgot to put my 7th color block on there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And maybe let's continue. And we're using a maker today. And I'm just gonna do heavy cardstock on default pressure.
And with all of the activities that we did, correct me if I'm wrong, we just used a fine point blade. So this could be done on a Maker, Explorer.
We use a marker for one.
Marker.
Yeah, we do use a marker. But if you can put a marker, like if you have the pen function with your Cricut, then you should be
Maker
fine.
or Explorer.
Yeah. Oops. I don't want to throw those away in case you want to use it. Okay, so I'm gonna let those cut. Now you can attach these with tape. You can use an ATG gun. I did not grab my ATG gun, but that's totally.
There might be one in the drawer.
These really, oh, you know what? I bet there is. I feel like I just saw it.
Bottom, next one.
And you can honestly even super glue. Did you guys use it in here?
I thought we did.
You can super glue, you can hot glue, whatever's gonna work. I like it to be clear is the only thing. I'm just gonna use the stat glue. It's not a big deal.
You still just have 6 colors. Somebody just used 2 pinks.
Well, because we only have that many colors in our pom-poms. So I'll put 2, like on this one, I used 2 purples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't have 7 pom-pom colors, only had 6 pom-pom colors. Okay, they're cut. So, also, I use the ATG tape, and some of my squares try to come out, so maybe super gluing is the way to go. But with the ATG, you're going to be able to, like, slide these out. Okay. So, they're all cut. Look, perfect little squares. I would have never been able to do that with my own hands. So, that's good. Why does this remind me of Monsters, Inc.?
It does.
The doors on Monsters, Inc.?
Yeah.
Monsters, Inc.'s like one of my favorites of all time. Okay. I'm gonna take these off very delicately. And then I'm just gonna put like a single dot of this DAP glue. It's basically just super glue. And they are going to go right inside of our little pill box.
Did you link that mat or do we link the Nicapa mats in the
I
description?
probably linked the Nicapa mats because these just popped up in our office like a week or so ago.
Okay.
But I can get a link for these.
Yeah, somebody was asking for a link for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. Let me pull. I just want to see how well this DAP glue sticks. We won't pull all these out. I just kind of want to show you guys. So like I had the ATG gun I used for that and it works pretty good. But I'm just going to put a dot of this on here.
So we did not use alcohol to clean the binder before we put the design on there. Alicia just put the design on there straight on the binder.
I just live my life on the edge, you guys.
You know.
That's just who I am.
Yep.
Okay.
You could use alcohol to clean it. Like if it's got stuff on it, I would definitely use alcohol to clean it, but we just didn't.
We just didn't this time. Okay.
But that is something that we do clean a lot of our stuff with.
Oh yeah, we have little alcohol things laying around everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing. My DAP glue doesn't want to come out. But you could use super glue. You could also just put like a little dot of hot glue on there. Whatever's gonna let it stick, and then you're good to go. That's all for that one. So pretty cool. I mean, that's really easy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a super simple little project you can throw together. And honestly, you probably already got some of this stuff laying around. So like if you're like the day of and you think, oh my gosh, I need to put together something so the kids are distracted on this 10-hour road trip.
Uh-huh.
We also talked about how each bag should be like a 30-minute game. Like if you're going for 10 hours, I would say you need, I don't want to say you need 20. Maybe put them in a rotation. Okay, so if you were on a like 5-hour road trip, come up with 10 sensory games, if that makes sense.
And I mean that some kids may like certain activities better than they like the others.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like that one's gonna be a lot more for I don't want to say 12 to like 18 months maybe.
Probably, yeah. Or maybe even
a little older.
A little, yeah. I don't know. You probably know better.
I mean,
me.
Annie Scott, I could see her putting those pom-poms straight into her mouth.
Oh, my child, anything she touches, straight to the mouth.
Straight to the mouth. So,
okay, am I missing any conversation? You're pretty on top of it, Lauren.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, so first one down. I want to show you guys this next one. I was really excited about this. I didn't know if it was gonna work, and honestly said a prayer before this live that it would work today, because it worked the first time I did it last time. It worked the first time I did it, and I thought, oh man, I don't know if it's gonna work again. So what I've got is popsicle sticks, and I thought it would be really cool to do a puzzle. But this is a popsicle stick puzzle, so it's a little bit easier. And what we did, before we do anything, I'm just gonna kind of lay these out and show you guys what I mean. We're going to basically be making a little like this. So I'm gonna kind of square these up. I'm gonna tape these onto our Cricut mat, and we're gonna use a Crayola marker. Can they see those, Sadie? We're gonna use a Crayola marker, and we're gonna draw this design onto that. So that way the kids can actually make their own little puzzle. I feel like that's so fun.
I love that
Very
idea.
Fun. So let's go into design space on the computer. And you're gonna actually need the SVG of this image. So I just searched for camper on the Makers Gonna Learn website. Here is our image. I think that's the SVG. And when you pull it in, it's gonna be under a basic cut function. I need this just to be a pin function. And then what you'll do is take your little measuring tape, and we're gonna measure out how big you want it. So the one that I just laid out, let's see, there's 3, 6, there's 10 popsicle sticks, and it's about a little over 3.5 wide by 4.5 tall. So I need this to at least, like, I need it to be within those measurements. So let's do, my shape's unlocked. It's gonna look weird if I do it without it being locked.
I hate when that happens. I've opened so many images, and it's unlocked when I open it, and I just don't think, and I go in to click it, and then it gets all wonky.
Gets all wonky, yeah. So let's see. Let's try to do it at 4. So that puts it at 4 by 3, which is within our parameters. And then what we're gonna do is we'll go to make it on mat. Oh, why did it do our little thing separately? Let's make sure everything is attached. I'm just gonna click and drag, make sure everything's attached. It's still on the pin function. Let's go to make it. And then before we actually click continue, we're gonna tape these down with painter's tape. So I've just got my standard grip mat, and I'm gonna pull these.
While you're doing that, Diana says, I picked up a little journal from Dollar Tree that on the front says, great ideas start here. And when watching you ladies, I write down the projects and what day you watch the tutorial. I love that.
Aww.
That is so sweet.
That's awesome. I love that too.
And this is also something, if you are making one for your kids, grandkids, whoever, I could also see this as being something that maybe you don't have maybe you're not selling your crafts right now, but if you're making this for one child and you're like, hey, I'm making this busy book for my grandchild, would anyone else be interested in buying one?
Yeah.
This would be so easy for you just to go ahead and put 2 or 3 together and maybe make a little money.
Yeah, because you can do multiples of the things.
Because a lot of parents, I mean, I say me and Alicia have time because this is our literal job. Like this is what we do for a living.
Yeah.
But once I leave my job, I a lot of times don't want to go home. Like my time at home, I want it to be spent with my child.
Right.
So when I go home, I don't want to take time away from him
to do something like this.
I would easily say, yeah, here's $20, here's $25 to keep my kid occupied in the car ride.
Like, if that's all it's gonna take my money.
Please take my money. Here's my credit card.
That's so funny. Barbara said, it's fun to also take a family picture and attach it to the sticks and then use it. Yeah, you could totally do that. I wonder if you could like Mod Podge the photo onto the popsicle sticks.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then take a true control knife.
Yeah.
And cut them.
Yeah, just like right down. Okay, I'm just gonna run my finger along this. I do not want these to move or it'll ruin everything. So I wanna make sure it's on there really, really good. And then we are going to run this through the Cricut with the pen. I'm nervous. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just nervous about it. What color do we want? Let's do red.
Yeah, it's bright or dark enough. I think that'll be good.
Okay, let's continue. We are going to, what setting do we?
I just always, when I use the pen function, I just always use it on heavy cardstock.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what I used before. Okay, let's put it into clamp A. Obviously, take the lid off. Make sure it's
Close that clamp.
Make sure it's pushed down in there. Okay, here goes nothing, you guys. Yes, Sense makes a good point. You can buy the bigger sticks, like the tongue depressors, to make larger puzzles. I don't know if I saw the bigger ones at the Dollar Tree, but you can definitely get them elsewhere. You might be able to find them at the Dollar Tree.
When you are doing this too, make sure your star wheels are moved over to the far,
right.
It would be the left, right. Opposite side of the popsicle stick.
Yeah, the opposite side. And also, it makes me nervous because the popsicle sticks are not perfectly flat. But listen, we're going to do it. Okay, ready? Here we go. Here goes nothing. If it messes up.
We have one that works.
We have more. Yeah, we do. We have more. I'm going to show you guys the finished product in here really quick. Okay, let's hit go. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
This is also something that once we,
okay, already, you guys, it already. What? Did you hear it?
No.
No, the wood got stuck in the thing, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is just pull this out.
Kathy, we're actually using the Crayola pens. You can use those in a Cricut. You don't have to use the Cricut brand pens. And the reason that we're using these is because they are thicker.
Yes.
They give you a thicker line.
If you do the Cricut pens, they'll work, but I feel like the kids can see the Crayola markers a little bit better. We've got one little paint stick just right here. Let's pull it out. Okay.
So what you may want to do is move it over to the middle and maybe down a little bit.
Yeah, let's try that.
Instead of having it so close to the edge.
Yeah, let's troubleshoot this because it worked for me great on the first time. I think it just gets caught. Like if it's too close to the edge, I think it's getting caught on that little lip that grabs the mat. So let's try it again. We're going to scooch it over, and we got to make sure and scoot it over in design space as well. That way we're not like drawing off of the popsicle sticks. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's turn this around. I could show you guys the finished product really quick. Let me show you exactly what this is going to look like.
And this is also a good time to say it might not be a bad idea to number your popsicle sticks.
You took the words right out of my mouth. So I numbered all of these. So I've got one, I think this one had 9 or 10 as well. And they all have numbers on the back of them. So like 1 is going to go up here. 2 would go right underneath it, obviously. And you just kind of work your way down. Can they see that? Yeah, okay. I don't want to be off screen. And then you're just going to line them up. And I put the numbers on there because I feel like as parents, like we end up helping a lot. You know, like if the kids are like, I can't get it, I'm frustrated. You can be like, okay, let's see which number is next. So 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that's it. And that's what it would look like if you line them perfectly straight. That's the little puzzle. You could also add magnets to these. So this is the same image. I feel like that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So now we're going to troubleshoot.
Yes.
And we're going to put it in the middle, closer to the middle of the mat.
Yeah, let's do that. Actually, I'm going to use some of these that have been like laid right beside each other, like fresh out of the thing. Just because I feel like they're going to be straighter. Is that weird? The other ones have been floating around in a bag for...
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's a good...
Okay,
good
so
idea.
where should we put it? Like 2 boxes over? Let's try that.
Maybe that, yeah.
Let's go down.
I would say down.
Okay.
I would say down to the 1 inch mark for sure.
Okay. Here we go, people. We're making it happen. And then we're going to tape this down just like we did the first time. And listen, you're not always going to get a perfect result the first time. If you guys crafted for any amount of time in your life, you know. Okay, let's see. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think I actually did 10. I don't know if it'll draw on 10, but we are fixing to find out. Okay. All right. So let's tape those down with our painter's tape. We've got popsicle sticks flying everywhere, you guys.
Everywhere. I love this comment. So Lauren says, thank you guys for walking us through some great projects. I've done all my decor, gifts, etc. for my wedding using my Cricut. And let me tell you how beneficial your videos have been.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
That's the reason we show up every day.
Yes, very true.
Is to be able to hear things like that. And that's why we work so hard to bring you all the best and the latest stuff that's happening. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'm telling y'all, we are very passionate about, I won't speak for Lauren, even though I know that she agrees. We're very passionate about our projects. So I feel like we just put our heart and soul into stuff. And like, if I want to make something happen, like if there's a will, there's a way, especially in the studio. We're always trying to figure out the best way to do stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Thank you guys. I like that.
It really helps validate like everything that we do, like all of the heart and all of the work that we put in to bring you guys the best. It really, I know for myself, and I know for Alicia too, like it just validates everything for us.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you guys, speaking of like putting our heart and soul into things, y'all need to go watch our Tumblr, our live Tumblr,
and
our etching video.
I'm going to speak for Alicia on this one. When I say this girl legit put her heart and soul into it, it was all she ate, slept, and breathed for like 4 days.
Last week. It was like all last week. Yeah, I was going hard. Even the week before that, I was still into it, but it was very fun for me. I was kind of nerding out. Let's see. FYI, Do Halo does come in the 3 different colors that match the Cricut colors. Not sure why the black is different.
Huh.
I didn't order these like myself personally, but I'll have to look at those. I really love these mats. There's one popsicle stick sticking up. Say a prayer. It's fine.
Carol says to support your mat as you load it. It helps keep the sticks flat.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
As in, you're not doing that right now.
Well, I've not started it yet. When I start it, I will. Okay, let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go refresh this and have it card stock. We got the pen in. Okay, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to support you, Do Halo. I'm going to support your back.
Do Halo, is it?
Do Holo?
It's Do.
Halo. Huh. Okay. Oh, I'm so nervous. What if I break the Cricut? All right, here we go.
Okay, Mary Catherine Gallagher.
It's now or never. Now or never. Nope. We didn't move it in design space.
Oh.
Okay.
Pause.
Let's go back.
We make mistakes so you don't have to.
Right. Okay, let's go move it on the mat. And we put this at the 2" by 1". So we go over 2 and down 1. It should be snuggled right here. We're just gonna nestle it right there. I'm giving a little room for the tape because I taped it, but like very, very close to the edge.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it gonna work? I'm
still glad
nervous.
I could make you laugh, Sin. That's what I'm here for.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's not even that serious. I was just talking about how crafting isn't that serious. Okay, here we go. I'm giving support.
One of my favorite lines as a kid.
What?
And what's funny is I never did watch the movie until I grew up, but my mom would always go around saying it. Mary Catherine Gallagher, when I get nervous.
Oh, from Superstar?
Yes.
I know. Listen, that movie, did you say you have or have not seen it?
I have, but I'm saying like when I was a kid, I would go around telling people when I get nervous, I like to smell my underarms. But I had never seen the movie just because that's what my mom would always say.
That
so
is
I thought
so
because
funny.
everybody laughed, like I thought, and then I watched the movie as I grew up. Like it's obviously not suitable for children.
Listen,
And
I think I
mom wouldn't
watched
let
that
me
as a
watch
kid, and it was hilarious. I watched it. I straight up watched it. Okay, let's go overhead. So what happened was there's just a little bit that marked on there, but like it worked. It worked. I mean,
Oh, did it work?
Yeah.
God.
It worked. So it marked right there, but I can just take the marker and like literally draw that little edge on. It's not like we're doing any crazy fancy artwork. And what I will do is add the numbers on as I pull the pieces off. That way we can know what order to put them in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and connect these right here. And then I'm just gonna pull them off one by one. We didn't actually end up using that 10th little popsicle stick, so we can take him off. And then I'm just gonna do, so that means we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna start with number 9, and I'm just gonna put this right here. I'm gonna do 9 and just make my way up to the top. Okay, second project done. What do you guys think about that one? Which one's your favorite so far? The pom-poms are my favorite so far because I didn't mess them up.
It was a square.
Okay, so that's it for that one. You can just pop that in a bag. And then like I cut this out on a thicker cardstock. Basically I just opened up the file in preview. And we can go over, I'll show you guys how I printed it just in case you're curious. But like I downloaded the file and then I went into my downloads and found the PNG and I just opened it up, and then you can go to file, print, and it's obviously gonna take up a huge sheet, so you can scale it down. I think I scaled it down to like 20%. And then that's the size, and then you can just send it to the printer and it'll print out this big. And then you can cut this out and you can put it with the popsicle sticks and you're good to go. So, any questions so far? Carol says, I only eat and write with my left hand. Everything else is my right. That's pretty much me, which I can eat right-handed, but it's like either way. I played soccer and I was right-sided. Wait, cartwheels? Do you cartwheel on your left or your right? I think I go on my left.
I don't know. I'd have to do a cartwheel.
I ain't doing a cartwheel. I'll tell you
I'm not breaking no bones today.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, I'm going to move these out of the way. It starts getting a little crowded up here with all these popsicle sticks. Let's put everything away that we're not using. That way we have some room. So the last one we're going to be making is a chalkboard, and it's so cute. I'm going to show you guys how to do it in Design Space. And I got this chalkboard at the dollar store as well as the chalk, which it was amazing. Also, Lauren, I don't know if you've been to the Dollar Tree since they've done this, but they have like a $3 to $5 section at our Dollar Tree now, and it's really cute. They have like home decor and like blank wooden pieces. Do you guys have that where you're at? I'm very curious if other people have it.
I've not seen it, but
whoop. Okay, let me show you guys what we've got going on here. So this is our little chalkboard. Can you guys see this well? It says, hello, my name is, and then there's like just little blanks. So you can actually take the chalk, and if you wanted to, you could, like, whoever was not driving could obviously be like, you could write their name in, and then they could copy it on the bottom line. Like they could come down here and write it in like this. You can do a hello, my name is. I also thought it would be really cute to do a funny face.
Like so that they could color it in?
Yes, like you could do, even on the back, because this is double-sided. Like if you wanted to do vinyl, you could do a circle and put eyes and a mouth, and then they can draw the hair and like the eyelashes.
Or just put the circle in the eyes and let them draw the mouth and make it either an emotion so that they can do emotions. Why don't you just do that instead of doing the hello, my name is?
Yeah, let's do that. That's fun. Okay, funsies. Okay, so let's go ahead and go in here.
But we can show them how to do the hello, my name is.
Oh yeah, and it's like super easy. It's not, there's nothing fancy about it. Let's delete our image because we're not using that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna type in hello. I almost want to sing the Adele song, Hello, from the other side.
Hello.
I'm not singing it. We all know I can't sing, okay? Don't rub it in. Okay. Hi, Olga. I'm Alicia. This is Lauren. If you haven't been here, we're new. Well, we're not new anymore.
We're not new anymore, but if you've not been here in a while, then yeah, I mean, I guess we are
very new.
We do look new.
We're glad that you're here, though. Okay, let's just find a pretty skinny font. I don't want to use a sketch font because it's too thin. This Barefoot Joanna. I love this font. I love it so much. Okay, and then I'm going to just duplicate that, and then we're going to put my name is, and we're going to shrink it down. So all of this is like the same width. And then what you can do to make the lines is we're just going to grab a rectangle. I'm going to unlock it, and we need to make 3 lines. So I'm going to make these really skinny, and then you can duplicate it twice. And what you'll do next, I'm going to go ahead and just highlight everything and align it. That way we're all super centered. And also I'm going to make sure these are spaced out evenly. And then what you can do is measure, let's go overhead and measure our board. Because I think it's 5 by 7, but I can't remember exactly. Let's see, actually it's 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. So let's make a rectangle that size. And you guys know that they have guides now. Where did I see that? Is this one not updated in here?
Maybe it's not.
Okay.
Is the monogram on there on the bottom?
Yeah, the monogram is on there.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, this is it. Okay. So whenever you want to do a shape just as a guide, you can go change the operation to guide right here and it won't cut it. So I'm going to change this to, let's just do 5.5 by, what did we say? Like 7.5-ish. So all of this text needs to fit inside of my guide. So I'm going to attach everything and then we can shrink it down to make sure that it fits. And then you would just send this to the cutter and you would cut everything out and then you can transfer it onto your chalkboard and that would be what you get. So if you want to, instead of that, you can do the smiley face option. So what did we say? We want to do a circle.
Don't we have a smiley face cut file?
We do? Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, let's do, is it under smiley face though? Let's search. We're on the Makers Gonna Learn website. If you guys are new here, this is the website that has all of our cut files and everything like that. We can use this graduation smiley face for this. Even though the hat's attached, I'll show you guys what I would do. Okay, Cricut, let's upload it. Upload our image. Oh, I don't want to browse. Let's just click and drag. We need the SVG for this. I'm gonna upload it and then add it to our canvas. You can see some cute stuff that we've been working on.
Oh yeah.
Little sneak peek.
Sneak.
So we really, I didn't realize this little tassel comes into his face. But what we could do, I'm trying to think.
I think it'd be too much work to try to slice it off.
Yeah, this is what I would do, just initially. I feel like we have another smiley face file. I just don't know what it is called. But what you could do is grab your guide and you can add I'm going to make this really not super big because I want them to be able to add a hair and whatever they want. I'm going to do that and then I'm going to duplicate it and make it just a hair smaller. Actually, okay, draw your circle. Go up here, do an offset, just a quarter. Let's do it a little bit like 1.15. We're going to apply that. And then what we're going to do is select both of them and slice it out. And then we have, our smiley face outline. So this is going to be the circle. This is his head. And then we can do the eyeballs with our oval shape right here. We'll just unlock it and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. And you can make these small and you can duplicate it. And then there you have your little smiley face. And you could even put, like, if you wanted to put, what kind of text could we put up here? draw my face? Or, like, I don't know what a good sensory thing is. What should we
It has to be, I would think it would be something with like emotions.
Yeah, like how are you feeling?
How do you feel?
How do you feel? This is great. Okay, so you do like, how do you feel? And then make sure it fits within our guidelines. And then they can do like a little happy face, or they could do a little sad face, or whatever, you know, they wanted. And so you would just print this out, and then when they put it on the chalkboard, they can draw the hair, the eyelashes, and all of that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love that. So that is all of our Cricut DIY projects. I want to show you guys the other ones I came up with really quick. We're at the end of our live stream, but I wanted to show you guys like a couple other projects that we kind of came up with. And then I'll also show you how I sewed these. So this is the rest of the projects that I had here. So the first one that we got is pipe cleaners. This is my favorite project. It's not Cricut, but I love it so much. So they can make little bracelets. Obviously, you don't want this for like little tiny babies at all. Like these need to be for like the 7, 8, 9-year-old kids.
This could be good for the older kids, especially older like girls. If you wanted to do like friendship bracelets and have a bag with each different friendship bracelet that they could make or things like that, this would be perfect for them.
Yeah, so you just literally use pipe cleaners and you can make little bracelets. All of this stuff was from the dollar store, and then you can just kind of twist this on. They can make bracelets for every single person in the car. And like, is that not so cute?
I know.
I like love it so much. So that's one that you can do. That's super easy. And I just threw everything in this bag. And then the next one that we have, this one's pretty fun. What we did was we took different colored markers, and we took some more of those popsicle sticks, as well as these little clothespins, and I colored blue on there and then blue on the popsicle stick, so you guys can actually have them match all of the colors. So like this one has green.
And this one would be good for these little fingers, because them learning to not only use the clothespin, but picking up the popsicle sticks off of the thing is a huge thing when it comes to like sensory.
Oh yeah.
And learning to use your fine motor skills.
Yes, it's awesome. So we love that. And then I think I've got a couple more. I got this one, which is shoestrings and a phone cord holder. So this is like a cable organizer. And what you can do, this is so simple, but that's why I love it so much. Just take the shoestring, and they can wrap this around as much as they want. They can tie it. I mean, I feel like kids just love stuff like this. Like they can get it all kinds of tangled up just for fun. That's I feel like that's going to keep a kid busy for like a hot minute. Unless they get frustrated, which is very likely to happen.
You could even make a game out of that one if you had multiple kids and like you tie it up in knots
and get them to
have a race.
Stop it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's genius. Okay, and then the last thing that we have is this little doodle journal. How in the world did I get this fit in this bag? I cannot tell you. I don't know what I did. Hold on, let's pull it out. So, and then I just found some like really cool little puffy stickers. I love puffer stickers, okay? And they can just open this up. They can put their stickers in their book. Like, how cute is that? These even have the little emotions. This one says, oops. This one says shy. How cute. And they can just stick those on there.
Stan also has a good idea, lacing pictures. If you use like the 120 weight cardstock and had like a picture of a shoelace. I'm pretty sure that we did that when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, we did.
And that's how I learned how to tie. I was on one of those lacing pictures.
Yeah, me too. And then what I did with these is I just did, if you're a sewer, you can just stitch along this bottom edge. So this is a book in itself. Like this is going to stay together. So if you're last minute and you don't have a binder or something, you can just put a stitch along that bottom edge and you're good to go. So I hope you guys really like this. I feel like there was a lot of like fun little things you could do.
Today's project, y'all, is so cute.
This is another easy one.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
So easy.
So good.
Yes.
And we absolutely love it. The material is very minimal.
Extremely minimal, and probably, Steph, you already have laying around your house.
Which is incredible. I mean, so let's head over to the craft table.
Time to party.
Woohoo! We're at the craft table. Guys, look at this. Is this not something that you want to make today? So here's our 2 options that we have for you. Number 1, pull out a shirt that may already have like a stain on it.
Yeah.
Pull out a shirt that you already got in your closet.
I know.
It could be anything. Pull that shirt out right now so that you can be picking out what shirt you're gonna bleach. So this is what we're working on today. We have a pocket tee shirt, but even if you don't want to use a shirt with a pocket tee, I got you. Listen, we've took any question that we think that you may have to hold you back. We are literally propelling you forward with solutions. I'll share more with that in a moment. This is gonna be a great project using heat transfer vinyl. I'm gonna teach you how to master heat transfer vinyl for our newbies. And then on the back, we didn't stop just on the pocket. We kept going to the back of the project, and this says, you belong amongst the wildflowers, which is adorable. So we're gonna teach you how to do this on the back. I mean, Lauren, when you're getting a front and a back design, like you're getting a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so I was the one that, we had this pocket tee and I wanted to do something on the back, obviously, but then I was like, we've got to do something with this front.
Yes.
So I created this design. The You Belong Among the Wildflowers has actually been one of our cut files for a while,
Woohoo!
but I added a little detail and then we made it into a new cut
file
file with those flower decals around it.
We love it.
So,
and this is gonna be so easy to do. What we're doing, we're actually going to do the dyeing process, guys. This is crazy, in a cup. Now this is a very large cup.
It is.
But
so
you can do this in smaller cups.
You can, depending on the size of your t-shirt. So this
Yes.
is a mess-free,
So easy.
reverse dye. So no, you don't have to have dye. All you have to have is bleach.
Yeah, this is crazy. So how the show's gonna go today, we're gonna walk you through mess-free tie-dye with bleach, reverse, which is awesome. And then we're gonna let it sit. I may actually open the door, head outside, let it sit out there for like 5 to 10 minutes. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into design space. We're gonna dive into a little design space action. We're gonna do some cutting. We're gonna do some weeding. Then we'll be able to maybe finish the shirt because we have one that's already done. So this is what we'll actually be putting the heat transfer vinyl onto today. But then I'll be able to, at the end of the show you what it actually ended up looking like with this awesome shirt.
Yep.
So we're gonna walk you through every step of the way. We're gonna break down today live with you, which is awesome. Yes, I love mess-free too. Mess-free tie-dye is like it, y'all. And it's awesome. So yay, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Have you thought about using glitter vinyl and sublimate on top of the glitter vinyl? We actually teach that inside our Maker's Gonna Sublimate program. It's like one of my favorite ways to be able to get a really great sublimation look with some shimmer onto cotton shirts. So yay! Oh my gosh, Yolanda, funny story. If you have watched some of our shopping at Dollar Tree videos, you all know I do get bleach on my black t-shirt. So that just is part of the fun here.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's the good thing is
this is pretty mess-free.
Well, it is mess-free, but there are a lot of people, like, I know we have friends that are allergic to bleach, like can't use bleach. Me personally, I know I'm not supposed to, but I love the smell of bleach. No, I don't go and huff it, but I clean with it a lot. I clean with bleach. So a lot of my shirts end up having a bleach stain on it.
Yeah.
This is a good way to take those shirts that have a bleach stain and make them into something beautiful.
Exactly. And some people are saying they prefer blends. You can do 100% cotton. I have personally bleached 100% cotton shirts and I've never got holes in them. I could pull out shirts from like, gosh, 5 years ago that I'm still wearing today with no holes. So that is my personal review. Maybe you've had another experience. Let us know in the chat. You can I do recommend cotton, some type of cotton in your blend.
Yeah.
That's what's the magic of the bleaching.
So my advice is when you are done bleaching, you have to run that bleach under cold water, which stops the bleaching process.
Yeah, it'll stop it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the secret weapon for a lot of you. Don't want to leave it sitting or anything like that. So we are going to work with that 100% cotton today. We thought about using a heathered shirt, but then we're like, we want to just work 100% cotton and make sure that it's just, you know, what you see is what you get, which is awesome. So what we're going to do, we're going to use just regular Clorox brand bleach. real quick, I'll run through the material, mainly because I want to show you, you don't need a lot of material. So if we're overhead, you need one t-shirt. You can pull this out of your closet right now, okay? Number 2, your favorite weeding tool, amazing. White heat transfer vinyl. You're gonna need a Cricut mat. I know y'all got them. You're gonna need your bleach, very small bottle will work. And you're gonna need a cup of your choice, and you're gonna need your sink, but since we're on the show today, we are using a bowl. Lauren, I mean, that's it.
This
How
is all
about it?
stuff that you probably have at home.
I love it. I mean, look at that, guys. Like, we're doing this together, okay? We're doing this one today. If you are like, Tanner, I don't do t-shirts, do it just because you're at camp, right? You're at boot camp. You're wanting to have fun. We're wanting to help you get crafty and just get out of maybe the dog days of summer vibe. Like, we're bringing the crafts in, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to take our bleach. We're going to open this up. We're going to pour some just right down here in the bottom. So we've got some in the bottom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wet our shirt, okay? So we're going to wet our shirt just over here. I'm just going to dunk it in, and then we'll wring it out. So we're just going to get it real nice and wet, just like so. And then as you can see, it's very wet. So we're going to take some of this out. And then some people like to do like a 1-to-1 ratio, like 50% water, 50% bleach. Each one of that, Lauren, will give us a little bit different look.
So just so you all know, the lighter pink t-shirt is one where I did water and bleach mixed together.
Here, let's hold this one up. So this is what happens if you go water, bleach mixed together.
Yes, you have a lighter shirt, it kind of blends. Or if you want the brighter colors, this one was done with just the shirt in the cup with just a wet shirt, straight bleach on top of it.
Which is what we're gonna do today, because I like, this is popping.
I like that one.
This is popping.
But I wanted to see, so that's, we're mad scientists here. So we like to give you all of the different ways you can do it.
Yeah.
I actually did, I mean, it's not that it looks bad.
No,
it's
we
just
love both.
I don't like it as good as I liked the first one.
Yes. Now, Lauren, we were talking about if you wanted to make sure this area, you know, was kind of staying outwards. Are we going to kind of keep it out a little bit more?
So what you could
on the
do,
rest?
if you wanted to, you could pick up the middle of the shirt.
Okay.
So lay it down.
Laying her down.
Pick up the middle of the shirt.
Now what we're doing, if you guys just go overhead real quick, this right here is where we're going to work with our design. So this is where we're going to add our faux pocket, essentially, right? So this is where, you know, our faux pocket, but we're going to focus on kind of the middle of the shirt right here.
Yep.
And then we're just going to pick this up.
And then you can actually set your edges down in the bleach you already had. Kind of crumple it up a little bit from the bottom.
Crumble it up a little bit.
And then put it down in your cup.
Oh my goodness.
And then keep that middle toward the top, and that way you will have.
I'm now getting worried about my middle, but it's fine. It'll all work out.
Now just place that in there.
Look at this.
And then you could actually pick your cup up and move it around so that on the bottom goes around the sides.
Oh my gosh, this is in here pretty taut, which is great. So you can like loosen it up.
The good thing about it is you can pick it up, put it back in there, loosen it up, add some bleach here and there.
Right. So I'm just going to move this over here, and we're going to pour some in like this side over here. So watch this. So,
Diana asked rubber bands on it. No, we do not use rubber bands on it, because when you press that shirt down into the cup, it actually creates those folds. So it allows the bleach to kind of hit certain spots and not hit other spots.
Oh, look at it. So now that I've added more, kind of worked my way around it, you kind of see the bleach.
Yeah, and I would go ahead and put your middle on down in there and pour a little bit on the top, and not a lot though.
Okay, we're just going to add just a little bit right here. Ooh.
That's good.
Beautiful.
Now move it around so you can squish the cup.
Yeah, this is
Squish it around.
I mean, this is mess-free tie-dye, y'all. I would recommend gloves. I didn't grab any before the show, but do as I say, not as I do. I'll have to definitely. I've actually had a lot from putting babies to bed every day. I've lotioned my hands a lot, so I think I can handle some bleach. But yeah, so we just got this. I mean,
and then you're ready to set it outside in the sun.
Guys, that is how easy it is. I mean, listen, I'm gonna literally walk this outside right now. We'll go to Lauren. I'm opening the door. I'm gonna sit this out here in the sun. I mean, Lauren, that was really, really
That's
easy.
it.
Super simple. It is now 12:18. Around 12:28, we will, you know, kind of go back out there, bring it in. You're going to see that the bleaching is like done its thing. The reason the sun is going to like kind of make that bleach work even faster, right, Lauren? Like this will be really, really good. So that's the technique. You guys may think it's crazy. You may think it's crazy, but that's the technique. Mess free.
Yeah.
I got like a little speck of bleach on my table. I'm going to clean it off real quick.
Kristen says, do you leave it in the cup? Yes, we leave it in the cup. Yes, I will.
Yeah, we've left it in the cup. We've took the whole cup. Is that all crazy?
Yeah, the whole cup goes outside with it.
Yeah, we left the cup just sitting outside. We didn't take it out of the cup because the cup is still going to do some of that magic, right? It's still doing some of that magic, and it does stay in the cup. Are you not supposed to dip it in water before you take it outside? Yolanda, I dipped it in water, this water, before I put it in the cup. So the process was, let's recap it one last time. You add water and you add bleach in the bottom of the cup. Just a little splash. You dip your shirt in the water, you wring it out, and then you put it in the cup.
Yep. So what?
1, 2, 3.
So what getting the shirt wet does is it allows that bleach to kind of seep and spread, instead of if it wasn't wet and you just put a dry shirt in there and put the bleach over top of it, it's just going to stay in that spot. It's not going to give you more of that gradient effect.
Yeah. You can do this in a glass jar, but you're not going to be able to do some of the squeezing. But Lauren, I would do it in a mason jar. I would just have to move the shirt around more myself, or have like a pokey stick.
Or you could do it in a mason jar, put a lid on it and shake it.
Oh, that would be great.
Innovation.
That's like, that would be great. We love that. So I'm just going to take the water over here. Now we're getting everything ready in Design Space. So let's head on over to the computer and we're going to walk you through how easy it is. So once you become a member, or honestly, even before you become a member, you can search through the Makers Gonna Learn cut files and look at them. We're downloading the You Belong Among the Wildflowers file. So it's called You Belong Among the Wildflowers. Easy search. We're going to download it. One-click download. You got your zip file. Incredible. Now we're also going to download the pocket of flowers. So remember, guys, even if you don't have a pocket tee, you don't have to have that, because look, our cut file. I mean, Lauren,
we've done it for you.
We've thought of it all.
Yes,
we have thought of it all. So you're going to be able to do this and just click the download. So yes, after your shirt is done, you will make sure to run it under cold water. We'll share more here in a moment. Now that we press those download buttons, we're just going to open that zip file for the pocket tee and the You Belong Among Us tee. So right here, you've now seen that they've opened up 2 folders on your computer. All right, so we have the pocket of flowers and we have the You Belong Among Us. So I'm going to open Design Space. This is yesterday's project, right? We're going to click Cancel. We're going to click New. We're going to click Replace, right? Love it, love it, love it. So now, this is your canvas. We're going to click Upload, and we're going to click Upload Image. Teresa says, I did that a few months ago and so happy I joined. Yay, Teresa, love it. Guys, when you join, you get to join like over like 12, 13,000 like-minded crafters, which is incredible. So we'd love to have you in the membership. So now we're going to click on, let's upload the pocket of flowers first. You'll notice if you look here on screen with me, you're going to see you get 2 files. You always get a PNG and you always get an SVG. And I prefer SVG downloads, so we'll upload the SVG. That's the best quality. We already have it named for you, so you don't have to name it. And you're going to click Upload. We're going to upload again, and we're going to repeat the process now for the back file, so that You Belong Among Us, or You Belong in the Wildflowers. So we're going to now drop the SVG. Again, drop. You Belong Among the Wildflowers, already named for you. Is that not so easy? I love it, I love it, I love it. Now we have these 2 files. This is so easy. Look, click, click. I can take 2 files from here and click Add to Canvas. All right? Yes, look at this. Okay, this is it, y'all. So number one, I want to talk about sizing things for the back of a t-shirt. So while we're here, I'm going to go ahead, let's go overhead real quick so we can talk sizing. This is the back of our t-shirt today. Here you go. I'm going to see if I have a measuring tape.
There's one right there. At the
Right.
top,
Oh, you're the best. Thank you. Okay, so here's the thing. So for this one, you really, I mean, between 8 and 9 inches wide is what I'm going to recommend for the back of your t-shirt. Now, when you're thinking about the back of a t-shirt, if you follow my method about 1 to 2 inches down for the front of your t-shirt, I actually recommend probably 3 or 4 inches down, you know, maybe 3.5 inches down for the back of the t-shirt. Because what you'll find is that the back is just needs a little bit more space than the front of your t-shirt, okay? So once you're here, you're going to kind of be able to take a look and you're going to know you're going to place it maybe 3.5 inches down, and then you want it to be about 8.5 inches wide. So now we know whatever 8.5 inches wide to 9 inches wide is, the height, obviously, it can just go with it, right? So that's the back. The reason why we're going to do this first is it's so easy. So let's head over to Design Space. Now that we know that our width is going to be 8.5 inches, I'm going to go right here up in this little area, and I'm going to suggest you do the same. We're just going to type in 8.5 for the width and press enter. It automatically adjusted our file, so we're going to be 8.5 inches wide by a height of 5.9. And look at this, Lauren already went ahead and added our support by adding these extra wildflowers and everything like that, which looks amazing. It looks so good and adorable. And oh my gosh, Lauren's checking on the shirt. Lauren, do you want to bring it in? Bring it in. Oh my gosh.
Are you guys ready?
This looks so good.
Ooh. And then after this, I'm going to run it to the kitchen and I'm going to stop the bleaching process.
Under cold water.
Cold water.
That will stop the process today. Oh my gosh, Lauren. Ooh, 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 ooh. Dun,
Ta
da,
ta
da,
da.
da, da. Dun, da, 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 da.
Look at that.
I love it.
Now,
I love
one
it, I
thing
love
you all
it.
need to make sure that I did check this at 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I changed it around, moved some things around. But one thing that you need to be aware of is if you are using certain colors,
Yeah.
then it's going to dye different. So with purple, you have to use red and blue to get the purple. So when it dyes out, it's going to give you that pink. Somebody asked earlier, what if, oh, I'm getting it all over the floor.
You're good. You're good.
Somebody asked earlier, what if I use a black shirt?
Oh,
If you dye it, it's going to dye orange.
Yeah, which I love. Like,
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of
Yes.
dyeing black shirts. So, like, I'm here for your black shirt dyeing.
Yeah.
You actually will be able to use black heat transfer vinyl if you dye the area really, quite a bit. So,
Yeah.
you can Google what
Also,
color, too, it'll bleach.
If you do heather shirts,
I love heather shirts.
I love heather shirts, but it's not going to give you the fade
Yeah.
as much as a cotton shirt will, because
Yes.
what the heather does is it just turns it white.
Yeah.
So you're just going to have white splotches.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
so
still,
different.
It's still
so
good.
fun. It's
Not
so
bad.
good. Yeah, we love
Okay.
it. Yay!
I
Okay,
will be
you're gonna go to
back.
the sink. I'm gonna shut this door real quick. Oh my goodness, look at us. We're running around on the show today. We need somebody to be like on the camera, just like following us around, and it's so good. Yeah, use those black shirts for Halloween if you want to make an easy outfit or anything like that. I mean, guys, you're gonna be able to crush it. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, you all want to do this, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not wiping any bleach on my shirt. How funny would that be? I don't want to ruin another one. Although Sadie has done a great job making sure we keep a good stock of Makers Can Learn tees. So I love it. And it's real great. So guys, do it. I mean, this is easy. 15 minutes. I mean, let's say it's go sit out there 5 to 10 minutes. You're gonna prep it real quick. Do a t-shirt you already have. Dye it, and then you're gonna add your heat transfer vinyl. We're almost done. Okay? So the shirt we're gonna do today, you can see we already have a pocket. Okay, we already have a pocket. Hey, Nicole! So I'm going to teach you how to slice it out. If your shirt does not have a pocket, like mine, like the shirt I'm wearing right now does not have a pocket, so what you can do is you can go ahead and slice it out. I'm going to teach you how to slice this out today. So let's head back over to Design Space. We already picked the size for our back. For our little shirt, we're going to do maybe 3.5 inches wide. Let me see. I'm going to measure what size this. I need to measure the pocket. So the pocket is, if you're going to do a pocket, it is about 4 inches wide. I'm going to make sure this pocket is also 4 inches wide. Oh, this one, see, this one's like 4.5. We'll do 4. 4 inches will be good. So there you go. So now we're going to make the width here 4 inches flat. So there you go. Now we're going to zoom in. So since I have a pocket today, we need to go ahead and make sure we just slice out real easy this. So we're going to add another shape. We're going to add a square. So Barbie, you're going to need a little bit of cotton in there to be able to bleach it. 100% polyester will not work for this process, but you could do like 30% cotton and still get a look like that. So highly recommend. So notice this, I've went ahead and got a rectangle. I'm moving it up right about here, and I'm going to go ahead, select both of these layers, and I'm going to select slice. Okay, we're going to select slice. All right. Just like so, we've been able to slice it out. Now that we sliced it out, we can move these layers back. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, so if you do what I just did, let me share with you what not to do. You would make your rectangle larger to, separate all of it, but we'll delete all that, and I'll just show you how to work with it here. So look, we've got this. I want to contour out one piece here, and if I click on contour right here, I'm just going to do a lot of simple work. So I would recommend washing your shirt. Yes, great question. It's great to wash your shirt just to make sure. The running under cold water will stop it, but I mean, washing your shirt's the best bet.
And washing it by itself.
Yes.
Is very, very much so key. So I just got back from rinsing it out with cold water.
Back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Definitely make sure you rinse that shirt, and you need to rinse until the water runs clear.
Okay, talk to us a little bit more about running clear.
So when you bleach your shirt, there's going to be some dye that comes out of that shirt, just because,
Okay.
I mean, the bleach is pulling the dye out.
Yes.
But it's also pulling the bleach out. So the bleach is going to have like that yellowish color.
Love it.
Ours was actually more of like an orangey color because it mixed with the reds and the purples and the blues and all of that different color dye. So make sure you're moving that shirt around, rinsing it in cold water.
Love
Once
it.
again, cold water stops
Love
the
it.
bleaching process.
Yes.
Move it around, rinse it. I think it took me 3 or 4 minutes for the water to run clear. So what I mean by clear is once you squeeze it out, the water that you're squeezing out is not a color. It doesn't have a faint tint to it. It needs to run clear.
So next, Sherry says, can you go over the sauce again? So what I'm just gonna kind of verbalize it because it looked way more confusing than it was. So I had the file, and when I sliced it out, I used a small rectangle. So previously on Design Space, if you did a small rectangle on that file, it would separate automatically. Now it is literally slicing out everything that you have selected. So just make that rectangle larger, and it'll separate that tall flower, wildflower piece from the rest of the file. If you make the same mistake I did, how you fix it? Just what I did. I selected the file with that extra piece at the bottom. I went to contour, and I just contoured out any pieces I didn't want. It's so easy. Slice, for everyone at home that's new to Cricut, is like a cookie cutter, right? When you take that cookie cutter and you cut it out, it's pulling out those pieces, making it its own layer. it's go turn that file into multiple different layers, and you just have to delete, 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 save the one you want, okay? Could you have sliced with the square at the back? You can also slice at the square at the back to make sure it's perfect. Since I use contour and I can do it really fast, I also do it that way, so it doesn't have to be perfect. A red Solo cup will work fantastic for this process too, my friend.
The
Great
only
idea.
difference, I was actually just typing up
tell
my
us.
response. The only thing, red Solo cup works great. The good thing about the clear cup
You
that I
can
love
see
is
where
you
it
can
is.
see through it. That's the only thing, is you can see where the bleaching is happening, where it may need some more.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason we use the clear.
Yeah, and then Jan says, could you not slice that out also? Yeah, you could go through and slice it out again. My opinion, contour after you've sliced the first time is a little bit easier. It's a lot more specific, right? It doesn't take extra steps. It's really fast, and you can always undo it. Oh, Grandma's gone crafty. Couldn't you just contour it out without slicing? No. Let me share with you why. Let's hop back over. Let's take this cut file. So we're here, and you have this cut file right here. Now, my friend, can somebody tell me why I cannot go ahead and contour this out?
Me.
Oh, Lauren, why can I not? Why can I not just go ahead and contour this out?
The reason you can't just go ahead and contour that out is because that top line of that pocket is connected to the flowers.
Yes. I love it. So look, I'll try to do that. The contour. This right here is, if it loads, look, I can only contour out like 2 or 3 things. Like I could contour out all the details, but I can't separate my flowers from my pocket.
Yep.
That's why you must always make sure you are ready to go ahead and slice. Lauren, we're there. We've sized it.
Yep.
We've measured. We've got it. A few steps to get it all the way there. We're going to click Make It now. When we click Make It, we're going to turn Mirror on. Beautiful. And we're just going to move this around. I'm going to rotate this way, and I'm going to move it over here. So I'll put a 6.5-inch piece of heat transfer vinyl, and that's all it'll take. So that's awesome. Citrus Peel, your new cup. Oh my gosh, y'all, if you only knew how much, these Stanley cups are like gold. I'm not.
For real.
I can't be doing that. I can't risk the Stanley. Like the Stanley, they're very hard to find. So it's like gold that I found one on eBay. We're not going to talk about it.
What?
We're not going to talk about it, Lauren. We're not going to talk about it. So we have the mat here. Now let's talk about, did you all notice I mirrored? I selected everyday iron-on for our material today. If you are brand new to working with heat transfer vinyl, here's what you need to know. You get a dull side and you get a shiny side. This has what I called built-in transfer tape. So this is like how you justify spending more money for heat transfer vinyl. You got everything you need when you have it. So shiny side down, so that's this transfer tape side. And what you're going to notice is that that's why we mirrored, okay? So we had to mirror it. So we're just going to put this down, just like so. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. And then we're going to grab our True Control knife, which was the highlight of yesterday's show.
Yes.
It's such a great tool to have.
Y'all, that True Control knife changed. It
changes
the game for me. I had never used one until I started working here, and it's like that's the only thing I use, like scissors. What are scissors?
Oh yeah, Lauren does all sorts of things with this True Control knife. She loves it. So we've put this down on the mat. We're using just an off-brand mat. It's great, and it's so fun. So now you're gonna be able to make sure you have your material set to everyday iron-on. Should I do more pressure?
No.
It's very detailed, yeah. So we're just gonna leave it as is. We're gonna now load in our machine.
So that mat, people are asking about the Do Halo mat.
Yeah.
Was it you that said it's not your favorite?
It's not my favorite.
So we just got those off Amazon. We have all kinds of mats hanging around our office. So that is one that Tanner just grabbed? We just grabbed?
Yeah, I literally, do you want to know how I pick my mats? I'm sure you're the same. I do the hand.
I do the hand, and which one ever comes up with my hand is the one
There
I
was
get.
a pink one that was off market in front of it, and I was like, nah, I don't want that one. Set it to the side. Then I was like, okay, this one's good enough.
Yep.
So that, we really don't have favorites here. I think that's one of the cool parts of Maker's Gonna Learn. We are influenced by literally no one. We work with no brands, not partnered. What's wrong?
That don't sound right. It's not moving the mat at all.
It's not started. It detected the blade first.
Oh,
You're
okay.
nervous.
Yeah, I was.
I love it.
But not literally before you die.
Okay, so we're going to just cut this off here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm going to pull out my weeding tool. You guys.
Would you like for me to weed one while you read the other?
Oh, yeah, come on over. Come
Or
on over.
I can weed from over here.
Okay, well, sure, whatever you want.
Yeah, this is the one. I will say this small one. It's a pain. It
I
can
know.
be a
Notice I
pain.
gave you that one.
Yeah, I did.
But you offered first. Don't forget.
I did.
When you're weeding, don't forget you offered. I didn't ask. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my goodness. Guys, what are we going to talk about while we weed? I feel like we could just like play some like meditation music. I find weeding very relaxing, but not on a live stream. Like I could weed and have fun, but not on a live stream.
Yeah.
Lauren, I actually had a job for you while I planned on weeding. I was going to ask you to get a heat press.
I will do that.
But we'll do that eventually. We'll get there. We'll just weed for a little bit. Lord knows it's going to take us a minute. Okay.
Now, one thing I do want to say, when you're weeding the wildflower one, there are some very small little pieces that go with the kind of like little tiny circles.
I'm giving those.
It's
to
okay
Lord.
if it's okay if you pick some of them up and don't put them on your.
I gave some of those to the Lord, Lauren. Yay! Okay. Guys, that was like a sprint. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, you should do a challenge of the month. Tell your members in Facebook you can only do certain designs to do certain things. I love that. We are saying Pen Tool. We love the Pen Tool. It's from 143 Vinyl. It's incredible. We love it. If you've never checked it out, highly recommend getting it. It has a lifetime warranty, which is incredible. I had no idea that companies would do that. But yeah, we love it. It's a pen, P-I-N, pen, P-E-N. Love
I'll
that.
show you all.
We'll bring it over. We'll give a little moment.
I actually think they gave us a couple pins to go in the mystery box.
Ooh, it's not a mystery.
That's just one thing.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, Sadie has got my mini easy press. If you only could pick it. Thank you, Sadie. Say hi to everyone. Oh my gosh, I love it.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, look at us. Dream team. Bring your pen tool over.
Okay.
Woohoo.
Let's go overhead.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I bent down. I should not have done that. Oh.
There is the
Oh my
pin
gosh.
tool. That's what the pin tool looks
Y'all.
like. It literally looks like a pin.
Oh, it's my second day
With
back.
a little
at the
needle
gym.
on the end. A pin with a needle on the end.
Love it. I can't get the hang of it. Okay, it does take a little different flick of the wrist.
So what I like to do with the pin tool when I'm using it, let me see if I can.
We are all over it today, y'all.
I know.
You definitely need to join the membership now because we're like your best friends.
Yeah,
like
obviously.
we don't really have anything to weed.
Well, I'll just show them. So when I do, I like to literally like poke it through the transfer.
And then it's the flick of the
just
wrist.
flick it up.
It's the flick of the wrist.
And then obviously it all ends up on my hand.
I love that. Oh, so new Cricut user here. Do I have to use full t-shirt press or can I get a regular mini easy press? Guess what, my friend? We're using the mini. I love the mini. $49. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. And there will be a pen tool in your mystery box today. So we're giving one away. All you have to do is comment before tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. So yay. We have a link to the pen tool down below. Check out the links down below. So good. All right. This is beautiful. We're going to crush it. All right, we're good. So we're just going to take this. I just like to give every piece of the shirt, 5 to 10 seconds.
And somebody asked, what is the best heat source, I guess, for a beginner? If I was a beginner and I just got my Cricut, I would want someone to tell me to get the mini easy press.
Yes.
Because now we have the large clamshell heat press. I love it for certain things, but I'm telling you, I use this mini easy press more than I use anything else in this office.
Every day.
And I remember somebody also said, can we use an iron if we don't have a mini easy press? So you can, and this is once again my experience. Before I joined before I worked here at Maker's Gonna Learn, and I made stuff on my own, I used an iron. However, I will say, because a household iron does not get as hot as a mini easy press, my vinyl tended to not stick to my shirts as well as when you use a mini easy press.
Look at how fast that was.
I know.
Look, so good. Now my tip here, and we'll talk about it on this side, when you apply your vinyl, you can actually cut it if you need to. So I'm gonna kind of tuck mine under a little bit. I'm gonna trim it because this is a really unique design going in the pocket. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit off. And what I mean by that is I'm just gonna do this right here. So peel this piece up, and then what I'm gonna do, oh my gosh, look at all this detail. I mean, she had to weed, like, look at that, it's crazy, crazy. But then here's what we're gonna do, okay? So we're gonna take that, we're gonna tuck it in. But how you know when your heat transfer vinyl is ready is you want to be able to see the bubbles. So we're gonna take that mini easy press, we're gonna take these bubbles, and we're just gonna wait and just apply 5 to 6 seconds on it. When you see the bubbles on your vinyl, that means it's now adhered to the shirt and it's not adhered to your transfer tape anymore, your transferred sheet.
And we're using this on the second heat setting with the mini easy press.
I love the second heat setting for cotton fabric.
Yes.
Okay, so now when you peel this up, look at that, beautiful. Take your little pocket, boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom. Heat transfer vinyl, crushed it. Here's the front, here's the front. How awesome. And here's the back. So Diane, if you're tuning in late, you don't have to buy a shirt with a pocket. Our design has a pocket that you can cut with heat transfer vinyl. So it'll be a faux pocket. And it's
So we were talking, Tanner was talking about, we're doing printable magnets, we're doing wood.
So good.
We're cutting wood with our Cricut today. So if you guys didn't know, your Cricut can cut wood. Most Cricuts can cut wood. So I'm just going to show you all. Let me first show you what we're making. This is what we're making today. This is a little chore chart, if you want to call it. We've got the children's name up here, and then we have the to-do side and the done side. And then there's these little magnets. Like they say, get ready. We've got comb hair, get dressed, all of that. So they can just kind of switch them over as they finish them, which I think is so cute.
They need it.
Yeah.
All the children
They
need it.
all need it. Okay. And then also, I thought this is what I originally bought. Okay. This is Dollar Tree. This is from the Dollar Tree. This is a $5 wooden wall organizer. It's 11.8 by 11.8. So it's like a really good size.
I mean, this feels like it was more than $5, first of all.
I agree. It feels good. Like this is a good quality little piece right here.
I'm very impressed with where the Dollar Tree's going. I don't know if Dollar Tree's a publicly traded company, but I would be so excited to know like the details about like what this does for them because they're such a great brand.
I know, and they whoever their buyer is doing a good job. She needs a raise, or he.
Yeah.
And then I found this one too, which has cork on it. You can still do the magnet board on this. I'm going to show you guys how I turn. This is a dry erase. This is not magnetic. Okay, we're going to make it magnetic because I needed it to be magnetic. So I was like, listen, we're just going to do it. We're just going to make it happen.
Alicia's making everything happen.
So if there's a will, there's a way, honestly. And then I've got our base wood right here. This is the Cricut brand basswood or basswood. You tell me. I call it basswood.
It's basswood.
Is it basswood?
Alicia, yeah.
I have a woodworking company. I just always call it basswood. Anyways, whatever your heart desires. Okay, it's gonna do the same thing. But anyways, we're gonna use Cricut brand. I recommend Cricut brand for this specific material because it's like a finicky material. And you're going to be using a knife blade to cut this. So you will need a knife blade. I will say that you don't need to do the wooden portion of this project to complete this project. You can just use the dollar store and do the printable magnet sheet. Like, you don't have to do the wood part. And then I've got some, this is HTV. I've got this coral colored HTV.
Love it.
I've got some just permanent vinyl. This is Tech Wrap. This color, Tech Wrap has some really pretty colors.
You've been digging Tech Wrap lately.
Yes. So I love the colors. Lauren hasn't had issues cutting Tech Wrap. I have, but I love their color options. So I'm like, I need to figure it out.
The backing of the Tech Wrap is very much like the Cricut premium vinyl backing.
It is.
And that's what I don't like.
It's silky.
It's hard to grip to a mat if your mat has got a little love on her.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So you just want to be careful about that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's a different, but it feels good quality. But I can't get my cut settings super right. You may see today. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You're gonna rock it.
And then we've got light grip. This is a brand new light grip mat. This is the Do Halo light grip mats. I love Do Halo mats. We have mixed reviews on those, but I love them. And let's see, I've got some wood glue. I've got a tape measure.
So good.
Painter's tape. This is to hold our wood down when we cut it. Weeding tool. My knife blade is in here somewhere. There she is.
This is gonna be a good project.
Yeah, lots of elements, but relatively simple. And then I'm using the inkjet printable magnetic sheets. I use these for so much stuff, y'all. I used them we did like an interchangeable seasonal Dollar Tree pizza pan door hanger. Wow, that's a lot of words. But we're gonna be using it for a print and cut project today. And that is our little magnet. So we're gonna be actually printing these and then printing and cutting. We're gonna print and cut these on the Cricut. So there's that. And I'm needing transfer tape.
Oh, I need to grab you some. Let me go grab you some.
I feel like there was one other thing in my brain. Oh, there's a whole bowl. Yes, I need a whole bowl. A whole bowl of transfer tape.
Let the record reflect. I offered her masking paper transfer
and
tape.
I chose Caesar because this is my tried and true. This is my
It's really
babe.
grew on me.
I know. It's really good. It's because, you know why I love it so much? Because it's not super tacky, but it's tacky enough. You know, like it gets it done, but it's not like, no, I want to hold on to you. It's like, okay. You know, it just kind of lets it go, and I love that. Okay. So what we're going to do first, I'm trying to figure out where we should start. My keyboard was dead. So let's go ahead and start by measuring. Let's get our measurements, see what base we're working with. I'm just going to kind of move this stuff around so we got a little bit of room. And I am going to measure this. So can y'all see, are we centered? Okay. So this width is, we're just measuring the inside portion right here. So this is about almost exactly 10 by,
it's a good size.
yeah, it's 8.5 by 10. Yeah, so that's a pretty solid size. So these sheets are 8.5 by 11. So what I did, 3M, that's what I was forgetting. I needed 3M. So I think there's some, I just used some. What I did was put 3M on the back of this magnet sheet. So 3M is a double-sided adhesive. And basically what you'll do is put it on the back of this. And then you'll put one. I want to say it is in one of these drawers right here with the vinyls. So what you'll do is put the 3M, one sticky side down. So you're basically going to be looking at the 3M sticker. He's bringing me some. And then what we'll do is stick this on here. And so it makes it into like a magnetic sheet, and you can't even tell. Like, we're just covering white with white. So you're not even going to be able to really tell. Now, I will say whenever I put this on here that there's like a small little gap right here, but you can't really tell. Let me show you all what it looks like on this one. I kind of pulled to the bottom here, so my gap is more at the top, but since we're putting this name up here at the top, you can't even see it. Like, it's totally disguised. You're not going to be able to see it at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and trim my magnetic sheet, and you can trim it while it's in here if you want. I'm just going to kind of lightly trim it and then cut it a little bit more. I'm using a true control knife for this. Just be super careful. I can kind of feel the edge of my wood right here. Okay, that is an ugly cut, you guys. So I'm gonna take my scissors and finish it. Okay, that's okay. Our 3M has gone missing. You know why? Because I cleaned the office. And so now everything is organized and we don't know where it went. So you're gonna just use double-sided adhesive, something of that nature. I'm just cutting this right up here. Probably use like a paper trimmer for this portion.
Oh, I love
honestly.
a good paper trimmer for things like that.
And really, you don't have to use 3M. Like if you've got glue on hand, you can just put some glue on there, like DAP glue, super glue.
You know what I should have brought you? I should have brought you just an ATG gun. Like that would be so good.
Here, I've got DAP right here.
Oh my gosh, the DAP is also amazing.
We DAP fanatics. We use this all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so honestly, the 3M's probably not the most like realistic.
Sure.
I don't know. It's not the most cost-effective thing to use, but I thought, you know what? It'll be on there forever.
A DAP of DAP.
A DAP of DAP. That's all you need.
Yeah, Diane, we are pulling out that glue right now. I mean, look at Alicia go. She's just getting her little glue.
If it might come
good.
out. You just need to attach it, okay, everybody? It needs to be attached, whatever it takes.
I personally would recommend the ATG gun. Like, it is going to be such a good tack. It's going to hold on really well. It's going to be amazing.
You really think the ATG gun would hold a magnet?
Yeah.
Really? Y'all, I'm not used the ATG gun as much as I want to.
When I tell you, if I had to have a ride or die, like the ATG gun has been with me since 2000.
Glue is hardened.
That's crazy. I promise you, the ATG gun has been with me since 2010.
The red one?
The red one.
We haven't. It has its own
vintage.
drawer.
It's vintage now.
We need to have a frame.
It needs to be framed. I
framed.
promise you, that ATG gun is so loyal and so good that
Oh,
you'll have a great
gosh.
time every day.
Thank you, Sadie.
Just using that ATG gun. So that's my, if you're a paper crafter, if you are doing any type of paper projects with your Cricut, I just love, love, love the ATG gun because, and Alicia, you're kind of impatient like me.
Oh, 100%.
Guess what? It's instant adhesive.
I know, but like, I guess I didn't realize that it was like that strong.
It's super.
You know what I mean?
Acid free, so you could scrapbook with it.
Okay.
I wouldn't use it for a lot of the woodworking projects you're accustomed to, but for a lot of the projects we do at Makers Gonna Learn, I mean, the ATG is really handy for me personally.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of you all would like it too. So.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the DAP is like my favorite sturdy glue.
Yeah, like it's permanent.
When you pull out DAP, you mean business, and you might lose some of your, your
You lose your fingertips. Okay, it's on there, so we're good. It's on there. We are totally good. So I'm just gonna kind of sit that to the side, let it dry. Our keyboard has charged. Okay.
Amazing.
Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and start laying everything out in Design Space. And I'm gonna show you all this file. Okay, so this chore chart is off of our website. This is the nighttime routine one. So we have a daytime routine file and a nighttime routine. This is the nighttime, actually, this is the daytime. This is the morning routine.
Yeah.
I was like looking at make bed. I don't know why I would think that's nighttime, but okay. So these are the files that we are going to use to make, if we can go overhead, I can show you all. These are like our little magnets. So we pulled the file in and we are just gonna be cutting these out on the Cricut. Aren't these so cute? And they're magnetic, so they stick right to our little thing. So before we do that though, we can go ahead and lay out our design for the board. So what we're gonna do, what I like to do is kind of set like a foundation for my design. So I'm gonna make a square that's the same size as our little board, which we measured it and it was 8.5 by 10. So it's wider than it is tall. And we can change, you can actually change it to a guide now. This way it doesn't actually cut anything out. So we've got our guide. I wish we could lock this layer. That'd be amazing if they would add that feature. That way, whenever you're trying to pull stuff in, it's not gonna move around on you at all. If you use Illustrator, that is like, you can do that there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type out to do on one side, and y'all can put whatever you want. I like to do and done. That way when they finish it, they can kind of drag their little magnet over to the other side and you know, okay, I'm finished with my chore for the day. And I'm going to be using the font Cricut. This is an exclusive Maker's Gonna Learn font, and it is so cute. It's very like kiddie. I feel like it's a kid font.
Yeah, it's so whimsical.
It is very whimsical. And then I'm going to type in done.
This is so easy. So one file, which really is like 9 files.
Yeah.
We're getting the, we have the daytime and nighttime. So again, guys, today, when you become that monthly member for $9.99 that first month, you only have a few more days to do that, which is crazy. You're gonna get access to all of this. So the fonts, the cut files, our Facebook group. We had a question earlier. If I'm not on Facebook, do I get to participate in these like member only things you speak of? The answer is, all of our training, a lot of it is live in the Facebook community. And then after the Facebook Live, we upload a recorded version to our website. So you can watch all the replays, like past events, past trainings, things like that. And then like that year member summit, if you upgrade to yearly, that's hosted, privately. So it's not on Facebook. So you get a secret link. You get
and there's a lot of cute projects. I'm not gonna lie, they're very
so many
cute.
good things. So many good things. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so once I got those in there, I went ahead. I'm gonna select done and to do. I'm gonna select both of those, and I'm going to align, center them vertically.
Love it.
And then this line right here, I'm just gonna select the guide as well as the line, and I was gonna go to align and center. So I already did it, so it didn't move anywhere.
Amazing.
So you just want to make sure everything is lined up. That way when you go to transfer it onto your magnet sheet, it's already ready to go. And then, what we're going to do before we go to make it is we're going to go ahead and lay out our name as well. So let's go overhead and measure where our name is going. So I don't want it to, like you can see on this one, I didn't go all the way to the edges. I just want to kind of take up this little middle region. So with our offset, it needs to be about, I'm going to do it a little less than 10 because this is 10. So I'm going to say it needs to be about 9. So what we'll do is go back to Design Space. And I'm going to type in Asher. That's Lauren's little.
Aww.
And we are going to be using the Amber Light. Also, really love this font.
I do too.
This is one of my favorites, Amber Light. If you type in your font and it does this, make sure that you're selecting system. That's a new update. And at first I was like, where's my fonts? Where are they? And then what we're going to do here, I'm just going to blow this up so y'all can see that the letters sometimes will not be kerned. So what that means is they're not touching each other. And actually, these are overlapping each other. So we're going to need to just make some adjustments. So come to Advanced. There's a drop-down menu, and you're going to ungroup to letters. And then you can just drag these together. And you can even turn them. Like, I want to turn this R just a little bit.
Love it.
And then what you're going to want to do is, I need to move this, sorry. It has to be like, okay, there we go.
Guys, if you're on a different tab, come back to us because you just got to see Alicia, really get to kern that. It looks so good.
Yeah. And so I'm going to click and drag and select all those letters, and then I'm just going to weld it back together. When you weld it, it makes it a solid unit. They're married. They're married. They're together forever. And then I'm just going to change the color. We'll just do a little orangey. But I want an offset. So what I'm going to be doing is applying this word. I'm going to apply Asher and HTV, and the offset's going to be cut out of basswood. So I'm going to keep this selected and add an offset. I don't want all of this cutout area. I could do it like this and contour out these little tiny holes.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger.
Now, one thing I love about this project, there are a lot of steps to it, but Alicia, I love that we embraced the wood color, like the natural wood look.
I love the natural wood.
It's so good to make it where we're not having to tape off, remove, paint. I mean, this is really...
I started to. Okay, I started to stain it, and then I was like, no, I'm actually kind of feeling the natural wood. So if you wanted to stain it, you totally could.
I love that. That is incredible.
So the offset right now has these little holes right here. Oops, I moved it. I do not want that. So I'm going to select the offset, and I'm going to contour out all of these little holes. So I'm going to select hide all contours.
Amazing.
X off of it, and that's it. Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, super easy. And I'm going to just change this to light brown just so I don't get things mixed up. Okay. And that's it. That's all of our stuff. So lots of little, we're doing like a few little projects within one project.
Right. You're bringing it all together. You have like 3 different things going on right now, and I love it.
Someone asked how big the offset is. That was a 0.35. Yeah, 0.35. But do whatever you like. Whatever looks good. Just make sure it's thick. You want a big offset. And then the reason I say that is because we're using a knife blade. If you haven't used a knife blade, the detail
is not there.
Yeah, you want to have like big, long cuts. You don't want to have like, you know what I mean? You don't want to like make it chopped up.
And that's what we recommend, because you're not going to see the same results with that knife blade as you would a fine point blade.
Exactly.
Like, it's just don't expect the same.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and select make it. I'm going to select on matte, continue. And so whenever we get here, you're going to see that all of this is crazy. Now I could just cut it like that. If you're trying to save vinyl, that's totally fine. And we actually will just cut it like that today. But if you didn't want to do that, you wanted it to be perfectly laid out how you want it on your magnet, I want you all to know that you can select all these elements and attach them.
Look at that.
And then whenever you go to make it, it's going to be perfectly laid out for whenever you cut your vinyl. And so the reason I'm not doing it that way is because all of this is going to get not wasted, but it's going to go in our scrap bin, and like, will we ever use it? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. So I'm going to keep it back how it was. I can just go here and detach. If I would have welded that and then like went off of my project, we couldn't unweld it, but we can detach it.
Yay.
So I'm going to go to make it on that. And then we've already printed out our print and cut. I need to go ahead and lay my vinyl onto my mat for this portion. So I'm going to use permanent vinyl for this part. So I have this little guy, and I feel like he's not wide enough, but we can make some adjustments. So I'm using a light grip mat. This is a brand new light grip mat, so it's very sticky. I would say a standard grip is probably your best bet.
Yes.
And then since my vinyl is only going to this 4.5 mark, you can see my to-do goes past the 5. I'm just going to bring it down here. Preserve some space, okay? And then we don't need to mirror it because we're using regular vinyl. And then, let's see, these, Asher and this one won't need to be mirrored. This one will need to be mirrored. This is going to be with HTV. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror Asher because we're going to be using heat transfer vinyl. You always need to mirror your images when you're using heat transfer. So go ahead and continue. If you guys are like, you're doing a lot, you're doing too many steps, this is going to be here. So you guys can go back and go step by step through this. And hopefully I'm not going too fast.
No, I think there's just quite a few different little projects. I like that there's quite a few little projects in this big one.
For sure. And then we're using the maker today. Oopsie. We usually use the maker 3, but I was like, nope, we're using the maker today. I don't have time. So I'm going to go ahead and select make it, and then I may have to make some adjustments. I'm just going to readjust what I already did. Okay, and then we're mirroring the orange Asher because it's on HTV. Continue and let that connect. Okay, we've already got our blue on the mat, so I'm going to go to my to do and done. This is what we're cutting out of the blue.
Love it.
And we're just going to be using regular vinyl and a fine point blade. And I'm going to use more pressure on this tech wrap because I've been having issues with it cutting, and then when I weed it, it's like not cute, not cute. I've got my fine point blade in. So let's go ahead and send this through. Okay, and I'll say, I was worried about cutting the basswood on live, but it didn't take like 50 passes like I thought.
Well, it's Cricut.
Yeah.
It's Cricut basswood. It's kind of their own formula.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too.
It's not
cut
bad.
really good. I mean, I think I did it in like 6 to 9 passes.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're cutting something so big, it doesn't take like a million years. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't take forever to cut. So if you guys wanted to stain this, I would firstly recommend take off these little guys. You don't need them for when you're staining. Take them off and then sand everything really well. And then you're going to stain it, and then you can replace these again. Now, if you want to stain the basswood, you need to make sure it cures like overnight before you go to try apply HTV.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just not going to stick. It's just not going to do it. So if you're putting any HTV on here, I even think that you could put like cute little designs along the edges. I don't know. You can get creative with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so our vinyl is cut. The next thing it's going to want to cut is the basswood. You guys know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and you can see that is in a horizontal. There it is. It's horizontally on here. Now, I would not just send this through without taping it down. I just wouldn't. Also, did we make sure on the measurements? I want to make sure that our measurements are right for this.
I think you were looking earlier. So
I
let's
know.
just
I wanted
check.
to listen. Measure twice, cut once.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yes,
Alicia
measure twice, cut
knows.
once. So with the offset, what my problem is I'll measure these inside words and forget to measure my offset. The offset is coming to 9 inches. That's perfect.
Woohoo.
That's what I wanted. So we're good. We are so good. Again, I'm gonna have to go through here, but that's fine. That's
Yeah.
Okay, mirror that, and then we're gonna select continue. And then it's gonna prompt me to change my blade because we are using a
Yes.
different material. So make sure that you're following any prompts in Design Space, like if you're changing what you're cutting. I'm gonna do the thicker one, the 1/16.
Okay.
And no, not right now. And it's wanting me to move my star wheels all the way to the right, and it looks like mine are moved. Make sure it's no wider than 11 inches, and actually it's 12 inches, but it was fine. Like I cut this and it was fine. I didn't have to like trim off that edge of the wood. And it says use a strong grip mat. We're using a new light grip mat, so you know we're making our own rules. And load the knife blade. That's a must. We have to put this knife blade in here, so I'm putting it into clamp B. Does it bother anyone else that clamp B is the most used one?
No, why?
And it's called clamp B. I want it to be clamp A.
But you read left to right.
I know, but I'm looking, I don't know. I guess that makes sense, but
For
I always...
you as a crafter here, you know, you're behind the
It's
camera, but if you're
right.
on, like, if the Cricut's in front of you.
I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone puts their Cricut, like, are you sitting in front of your Cricut? Do you normally have it to your side?
Yeah, let us
It's
know in the
different.
comments. I think for most crafters, they would have it in front of them, but I think
Yeah.
just for us, like, filming all the time, we have it to our
Side,
sides.
yeah. Okay, and like I was saying before, you don't want to just go in willy-nilly and cut this. You want to put some painter's tape down. Painter's tape, I swear, this is I'll use this for everything. Painter's tape
We
is my
love
favorite
it.
craft supply.
It's amazing.
If it counts as a craft supply.
I think it does.
Lynn says, I love tech wrap, but I have to remind myself to take the film off. Me too. We didn't even know. I didn't know. Did you know that they had the film?
Yeah. No.
I think it's to like protect.
It's to protect the vinyl.
Yeah,
love
but
that.
I be forgetting about it. You know?
Now we have a friend saying, are you gonna tape the wood down? So we always tape any of the wood. I tape
Yes.
chipboard down, like all of that gets securely, fastened down.
Oh yeah, anything that's like thick or like heavy,
yeah.
you just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with Alicia. B seems odd for the primary spot. I agree.
Yeah, it does feel weird. Okay, so it was warning me that it's gonna take a long time, but what I'm gonna do is watch it. And I'm gonna see how many cuts that it takes, because I think last time it said like 15 passes, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
How long did you think it actually took?
I think I timed it, and it took like 10.
10 passes?
It took,
It
I
says
want to
the
say
knife
no
blade's
more
not
than 10
detected.
minutes, but only like 6 or 9 passes.
Okay.
Okay, let me try to reload.
Sometimes, so this is actually, they have this feature to help us with our Cricuts, to make sure we have the right blade in and things like that. But what you're going to notice is that sometimes you just have to go through. Oh, Alicia, we have a friend
We have a
here.
spammer. We
Here
love that
go,
for us.
We're go.
Sadie's on it.
Sadie's
I can
on
see
it.
her
Okay.
clicking over
You-
there.
Look at that. Look at that. She said nope. She said nope.
Okay. So I'm just gonna weed this stuff while we're waiting.
Love it.
Gonna weed it. I'm just cutting off the excess because I don't want to peel it.
Right.
I don't like, I can use this for something. I know it seems small, but y'all know I like to just save as much as I can.
Alicia and Lauren both love to save.
We love to save. Okay, this is the test because I've been wondering if this was gonna cut. And I even put it on more pressure and y'all saw.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, Paul just got the sublimation class and it is good one to get. Woohoo!
I love sublimation, you guys. It is
Oh
so much
my
fun.
goodness. Diane literally did all the research.
Okay.
Okay, you're about to be blessed.
Let's
The
hear it.
left tool holder is labeled A for accessories, and the right is B for blades. Accessories such as pens, markers, or
That
scoring
makes
stylus.
so much more sense.
I love that.
Oh my gosh, now I don't, like, now it doesn't bother me.
Right?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. I love that.
Y'all, this did not cut.
Oh no.
It cut out like, I mean,
Barely.
it cut, but like barely. So we'll just recut it on some regular non-tech wrap vinyl.
So Desiree says, so can you do this with an Explorer? Yes, so you can do this. You just wouldn't be able to cut the basswood with the knife blade. You could do chipboard. That would be a great alternative. If you have an Explorer and you're like, I really want to make this project, what I would personally do is I would use craft board. Get you some craft board, get you a color that complements. There's quite a few colors. You could actually do the craft color, and it's really good. So you could do that. There's a lot of different, things that you could do. So we're just going to.
I'm making this work right now, just in case anybody was wondering.
You're not gonna cut it again.
I ain't cutting it again.
So Alicia, if you don't mind, tell us some of your tricks, if you have any, for saving vinyl in a process like this. Do you have any? There's been times where on a live stream I have actually curled up vinyl and threw it away and then realized that there was a piece missing. And I've pulled it out and had to find it and show people. So is there any tip that you have?
So right now I'm just kind of going through letter by letter. And normally if I was using any other vinyl, I wouldn't really have to do this. I even cut this on more pressure. So, but this vinyl feels so good quality, and that's why I like it, because it feels nice.
And they have such great colors.
Yeah,
which
the
is really
colors
cool.
are great. And so the only problem is that it doesn't cut, which is kind of a big problem for me.
You know, Alicia, if it doesn't cut, there's really no reason in having it.
I need it to cut.
I know.
Okay.
It's crazy.
This end is like attached. Let's use our exact, listen, if there's a little area that's not cut, just take your True Control knife and cut it off.
I love that.
The True Control knife, Lauren was talking the other day about that she weeds with it. That she will weed with her True Control knife sometimes.
I've weeded with my True Control knife.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, I let it go all four. It did 14 passes, but you can see, I don't know if y'all can see. I'm gonna lift this up so you guys can kind of tell. This is totally cut all the way around. So I'm gonna go ahead and unload it. And you wanna make sure that you're checking that it's cut before you actually remove it from the Cricut, because you can just put,
But yours is totally.
oh, it's all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
That looks good. I mean, that's crispy. I love
That looks
it.
good.
Yeah, and it's so clean whenever you use that blade. It's so clean. I'm just gonna very delicately pop that off. Okay, so there we go.
Woohoo.
There's Asher's outline. Now we need to cut the HTV. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna pull this off. And we can actually still use some of that probably.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be using this like coral colored for the HTV, and I'm gonna, once this starts cutting, I'm gonna go grab some more permanent vinyl, because I'm not weeding the rest of that. The O's all
Do you want me to go
changed.
grab it? Where would you like me to get it from?
Yeah, just any permanent vinyl that we have would match this coral color. Honestly, just don't get Tech Wrap. Just get like another brand, like another kind, which surprised me. And then I'm going to go ahead and select. No, we need to go ahead and change our settings because this is HTV. So I'm going to just click up here. I know there's no like button or anything, but you can change your cut settings just right here. And I'm going to go to everyday iron on. And we want to make sure that our image is mirrored, which ours is because it's backwards. And I'm going to do, I don't need to change the pressure, but I do need to change my blade back to the fine point blade. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out and put a fine point blade in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let's see, Asher goes down to a little past the 5 mark. So I'm just going to cut this right at the 6. Okay. Oops. Nothing is wanting to cut through for me today. Okay. That was a beautiful straight line, you guys. I did a good job. And make sure that you're putting your HTV shiny side down. So you can see this is shiny and this is a little bit more matte. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and send this through. And while this cuts, I'm gonna turn on my mini press. So you can use an iron for this. Honestly, just get a mini press. Just get one. You need painter's tape. Mini press is my favorite, my favorite craft tool.
You need a weeding tool.
Tabitha ordered.
No way.
She was, or she, I don't know if she officially did. I need to ask her. But she was talking about ordering one. I was like, girl, you need it.
We love the mini easy press. If I could go back and only buy the mini easy press.
So I'm gonna use this one. And what brand is this? StarCraft. We love it.
Gotta love the StarCraft.
I know, I love it. Okay, and then after Asher cuts, we will cut our magnets. We will recut this. And then I'm going to show you all how to apply HTV to wood. A little mini tutorial within a tutorial. So I'm going to organize myself. Let's prop this back up.
Oh, Tabitha did purchase.
She did?
Yeah, she did. Yay.
Yay. I love it.
Oh, okay, Sadie, I finally was able to hide the user.
Yay.
But is it a new account every time? That's so crazy.
Are people just bored? Like, go do something.
I don't know. I don't know, guys.
Okay, so I'm pulling this off. And a lot of people weed on their mat. You can do that. That's to each their own. I'm just going to go ahead and weed this. Why does this look gigantic? We measured it. It's fine. I like it to fill up the space anyways.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and weed this. If you've never weeded HTV, you weed it from the back and the transfer tape is built in, which is awesome.
We were talking about my foster kiddos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone asked. So yeah, those are my foster kiddos. Great question. I did not know about the easy way to change the choices. Yes, made my day, Deborah said. Woohoo.
Change the choices for like cut settings?
I think so.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So Desiree says, what are your thoughts on a Glowforge machine for cutting things like thicker wood? So Desiree, we love the Glowforge. We're here for the Glowforge. We're not here for the price.
Exactly.
It's a really big investment into the...
It's a business investment rather than a crafting investment.
Yeah. It's not a hobby investment. It's definitely a business investment. Like, for us, even though we run a business and, it's very successful and things like that, we did not buy Glowforge until Courtney's mom asked me what, would be a great wedding gift. And I was like, you know what, Eileen?
You guys got that for your wedding?
Well, me and Eileen, Courtney's mom, went halvesies and got it for her wedding gift. And so I just want to let you all know, it's not like we on a normal day would invest that much money. That is a extraordinarily large amount of money.
Oh yeah.
So it is for a business, if you're wanting to go all in. You can do so many great things.
So much fun stuff.
So much great stuff. There's even some other ones out there that are now, I feel like, better for the mid-tier market.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like the Glowforge is very much beginner now.
We've been trying to kind of look into seeing what the other options are.
Yeah,
so.
we just got some new office space. Our office
we did.
Yesterday was a day. We accidentally got another office space.
We accidentally did. Oh my gosh.
This live stream
is so long. I'm sorry, you guys.
No, it's not you. I love it.
So I just put this HTV on here and I'm just putting it right on top of the wood. So I've got the transfer is on the top, and then the vinyl is like sandwiched in between the wood and the transfer. I've got this on a medium heat setting, and you're gonna know when it's attached because it makes these tiny little bubbles, and you all may not be able to see it on screen, but I can see it in real life. And I'm just gonna go over all of this, and I'm gonna peel it while it's still warm, okay? So some vinyls are hot peel, some vinyls are cold peel. Generally, for me, it's a hot peel.
If you've never ironed on wood before, the basswood be great because it's already really smooth. It's already really flat. Like, you'll really enjoy the experience.
Yeah, like it's just, yeah, it's good. I love it. And so you can see, I always try to go really slow in case I miss any parts because I don't want to stretch that vinyl and cause like a dent or like a bubble.
I love it. Oh, Heidi loves it, her Glowforge. We love the Glowforge.
Oh yeah, we
use
love
it all the time.
Yeah.
But primarily probably for more personal projects, not a lot in the membership. But if you all have Glowforges and would like to see some things, let us know.
Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and recut this. Sorry, that didn't work out for us. I was so close too, and I was like, ugh, it's just not gonna work.
You're awesome.
So we're gonna recut our to-do. Make sure you change your settings. I'm going to premium vinyl. I'm doing more pressure just to be safe because I'm novice.
And you know for a fact that this StarCraft HTV is so, or vinyl is so loyal.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
And let me check. I think the material that we're using today is linked down below.
Yes, it should be linked.
Yep, so our printable magnetic sheet is linked down below. I'll drop a link right here with that as well. So yay, love that, love it, love it.
And so I'm not gonna apply my wood piece. I'm not gonna glue this yet because I want to line up my to-do and done first because I feel like I'm gonna need to like bump this up a little bit. And honestly, you guys can put these wherever you want. You can even put them up here. Like if I wanted to screw those off, I could glue it here. And like, that's really cute too.
If you're taking that off anyway for staining purpose, that would be what I would do.
And if you want to take these off and you don't want to use them at all, take them off, put wood filler in it, and then sand it and stain it.
Love it.
So,
but if you're gonna put that piece of wood over top and it covers it, maybe that's.
You wouldn't even have to.
You wouldn't even need to.
Yeah, as long as it was big enough, you wouldn't even have to worry about it.
Love that. Can you use heat transfer vinyl on painted wood? Would you seal it first? You can, but we recommend at least 24 hours to let the paint set.
You want to make sure everything is cured. Your paint, your stain. So like if you're putting heat transfer or even using stencil vinyl, everything needs to cure for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get crazy.
We don't seal a lot of things. There's a lot of things that people are like, would you seal this? Would you seal this? We don't need to. Paint has its own like sealer kind of built in. So kind of very few things we go through and try to seal.
I'm trying to even think of what needs to be sealed.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot. There's not a lot. An outdoor sign. If it's going in the weather, like that would be, and it was like a chalk sign or something like that. Okay, I'm just cutting out the portion that I'm going to be weeding so we're not completely peeling off all of this transfer. And I just know this is going to be a nice cut. Where's my weeding tool? Got to have it on hand just in case. Oh yeah, so much better, you guys. So much better. So I'm just going to, it's still not great. Maybe I need to replace my blade. Maybe it's me.
Ooh, maybe it's our machine.
I think it might just be the blade as well.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's something's up, you guys. Okay, does anybody have questions so far? Because I feel like we've went over a lot. So we went over the design space, print and cut.
Yes.
We went over how to cut the wood.
Oh, people are, I think they're loving it. I mean, let us know if you all have any other questions because this has been so fun. I love that we get to kind of work through different things and we get to show you guys it. But this is, again, a dollar store project. Like Dollar Tree, the $5 section of the store. We're really loving it and it's just really fantastic. So we love that.
Yeah, if y'all haven't been to the Dollar Tree in a while, just go and check out that $3 to $5 section.
Yeah, I have some videos featuring some of the products that we really love from there. I'll try to make that come out soon.
And we have done a couple TikTok. We did a TikTok showing some of their fall and Halloween items. We went and kind of shopped around the other day.
Dun, 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 dun,
y'all just send some good juju to me really quick, okay? Because I cannot let this mess up. If it does, we might
just have to say, look at the finished one.
Carry on.
Aw, Heidi loves the colors. Yay.
I know, I love this blue.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay. I'm trimming off the excess. If you guys get overwhelmed when you're weeding, just trim off the excess.
That's what I do. That's a great tip. So if you ever start weeding and you start weeding from one side and then you're like, you know what, this side, I'm doing it last, which I do it all the time. I'll start one side and be like, nope, it ain't it for me. And I'll go to the opposite side thinking it'll peel off better the opposite way. A lot of times that works, but if you have a big chunk and it's big, I like sometimes trim off the excess as I weed so it doesn't stick to each other and stick to it. That's a big, big, big deal.
And you know what? A lot of people reverse weed. If you've had good luck with reverse weeding, you got to give me some tricks because I
love reverse
cannot.
weeding.
You like it?
I don't hate it. It's for things like if we're doing a mandala or something.
I'm giving
really...
this to you to finish weeding.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the magnets so we can go ahead and get the magnets cut.
Okay, this is, oh my, it's the Cricut. Alicia, it's not you.
I know, if you can't get it, then it's just fine. Okay, I'm gonna lay my magnet onto my mat, and then in Design Space, I'm gonna go ahead and select that I've already printed, because it's kind of prompting me to print. And then make sure that you change your base material. When you're working with a lot of materials, just always double check your base material every single time.
Yeah.
And go ahead and search for a printable magnet sheet. You can even just type in magnet and you'll probably get less options. Printable magnetic sheet, I'm gonna select done.
And we linked it down below, so if you guys have any questions on which one we're using, that's linked for you.
And then I'm gonna select more pressure.
Woohoo.
Okay. And then we will go ahead and send this through. We've been trying to do a little bit more print and cut content for you all just because.
We love print and cut here.
Yeah, and like, I feel like it seems so difficult, but it's not. It's very simple. And I like to overcomplicate it sometimes even
And you
myself.
don't have to keep a lot of material on hand for print and cut. Like you don't have to buy 1,000 colors of vinyl or anything like that, which is awesome.
Right. Okay, so just for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on. But I just want to make sure that I'm gluing it up high enough so that the to-do and done has enough room. So you could put this here, you can put it down here, even at an angle, whatever you think is
You guys
cute.
have to know I really love Alicia because I'm weeding without a mat right now. I'm literally weeding without a mat.
Y'all, I never even used a weeding tool until like when I started here. I didn't even know there was a tool for it. I used a sewing pin.
You're so cool.
I know.
Alicia's like OG crafter.
Am I though?
Yeah.
I didn't even use a Cricut, you guys. I'm a Cricut newbie.
No.
I mean, now I don't feel like I'm a newbie, but like really, January, it's my, how many months? 8th month anniversary of being a Cricut user. Okay.
But you used a different, Alicia likes to discredit herself.
I just don't feel like it's, I don't.
She's worked with silhouettes. She's worked with the.
I've never used a silhouette.
Oh, what? I thought you did a Pink Pig.
Oh no, we had a cutter. We had a
the
US
US cutter. She's worked with cutters. She knows her stuff. She just likes
Did you weed it?
I did. There
You're
you
an
go.
angel. Okay, let's go ahead and put all of this on here. I need my scissors. I'm just gonna cut some transfer tape, and y'all are gonna be like, "This is crazy. She's crazy." But I'm just cutting off a little strip right here. Okay. And my little magnets are cut. How cute. Okay, we're getting there. I know this is a long live. I love you guys. Thank you for staying and watching. So I'm just putting my transfer tape on here. I'm going to transfer the words, and you can do the words first or the other part first, whatever your heart desires.
We love the Dollar Tree cutting boards. They're so good.
Oh yeah, they are. You know they have stainless steel tumblers
No
at
way.
the Dollar Tree now.
We've got to like etch those. And
I did. I etched one this morning.
Oh my gosh.
I literally etched one this morning.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Okay, so I'm going to put to do on one side. And of course, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. And I'm so thankful you weeded this for me because I was like,
gosh. Of course.
I was having a moment.
You know what? That one is one I call like the flick of the wrist. Like you had to really take the right flick of the wrist.
You gotta get the right angles.
Yeah.
And look, I'm just talking up this Caesar. This transfer tape is amazing. It's me.
We love it.
User error. And
You
then
got your transfer tape.
I've went ahead and put my Asher on, so I don't have as much room to wiggle this around.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna put it right here in the middle of the left side. Can y'all see this, or am I out of frame?
No, I think you're good.
Down. Good, okay. So we've got to do. So cute.
Woohoo.
And then we'll peel this off. And I will say, be careful if you're using a really tacky transfer tape. It will, if you stick it to this magnetic sheet, it'll pull off like the film on top of the magnetic sheet, if that makes sense. So just be super, super careful. Where's my burnishing tool? I'm gonna use the end of this. Listen, sometimes you just use what you got.
Megan, we have had so many trolls on the show today. It is literally insane.
What are they saying?
Do you want me to repeat it? It's
No.
so many emojis.
They need to go
They're
on.
speaking in emojis.
They're speaking in How rude. How disrespectful.
Yeah, there's too many. There's
Okay.
Too many.
And then we need our little blue line guy. And I'm just going to transfer tape at the top of this.
Oh, what a hack.
What a hack. So we're not wasting a whole bunch of transfer tape. And then we'll just line it up there. And all the perfectionists cried. Okay, there's that. And then all of our magnets are cut.
Oh, yay.
I'm just gonna pull a few of these
I
off.
love these.
Just to show you all how
just
cute.
to recap the project while she does that, these little tasks, the magnets, are a file. We have morning and nighttime routines for you guys, for your kiddos. We used a amber light font. We did an offset. We grabbed something from the dollar store. But
What didn't we do?
What
Okay.
didn't we do? There were so many great things that we've done with this project.
This is it from far away. So this is like
Yay.
the two. These are fun. Yay.
Woohoo.
Well, I'm so glad. I hope you guys had fun. I'm sorry it took forever.
No, bring one over. Let's talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Look
Yeah.
at this, guys. I want to see it. Oh my goodness. I mean,
The colors look
the
good
colors
too.
are adorable.
Yeah.
I love this. And then what's great is that you can keep them down here. So, you know.
If you've got extras or
If you have
like they're not
extra-
taking medicine right now, you don't need to keep that one
If
up
you've
there.
got a, your morning and afternoon, you can bring it up, put it here, and then as the kid, go ahead and had breakfast, move it over, make
So
the bed. It's so
cute.
fun. I love this.
I do too.
Are you not so excited for your little girl to be able
do chores?
to be able to move? her
Yes, I am.
tasks?
It's so cute.
It's gonna be big. It's getting big. It's getting crazy. I feel like today's video, we are so excited because we have a Dollar Tree project, which are always so popular.
Absolutely.
On top of that, I decided that not only is it gonna be a Dollar Tree project, but we're going to cut fabric with our Cricut Maker. And on top of that, I'm gonna teach you guys my secret to cleaning my Cricut mat with something everyone has. What I love about this tutorial I'm going to teach inside of cleaning your Cricut mat with a baby wipe is that the adhesive is still there. It's just, it's piled up with gunk.
Yeah.
So you're not cleaning the adhesive off, you're just cleaning the gunk off of the adhesive. So it's gonna be really good. I think you guys are gonna love all aspects of today's video. Lauren, I will tell you, there's a little part of this tutorial that is going to keep people on their toes.
Yeah.
So the heat transfer vinyl onto the actual cutting board, the cutting board's textured. So there's gonna be a little, that's gonna be the only part where you're just gonna wanna like really give your all for your crafting, and we are super excited for that. But to today's project, so I think we're going to dive in and take a look at what we got going on.
I say let's do it.
Woohoo, let's go over and take a look. I'm so excited. I've got to move my goldfishies. Okay, today's project, here's what the finished one is. So what we're doing, we're taking the Dollar Tree glass cutting boards that are ever so popular. We are actually putting HTV on the front. So obviously, like, this is not something you're going to actually cut on anymore, really, because, your HTV is on the top. And then what we're doing for the back is, first of all, when you look at it, it looks like it was always there. And you guys know our heart here at Makers Gonna Learn is to always, always, always teach you how to make things that look professional and store-bought. Like that's why we do crafting, in my opinion, is to make something that looks custom, but also 100% yours. So you can actually take whatever fabric you want. And Lauren, we are actually gonna have the Cricut cut the fabric today.
Listen, I love a good fabric cut with a Cricut.
Oh my goodness, I'm really excited. We're gonna do it. So if you all are scared to cut fabric with the Cricut, piece of cake today. That is what we're gonna teach you. And then we're gonna actually decoupage it 3 times. 3 is the magic number when we talk about the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So I'll give you all of this right here, and we will then finish it off by heat transfer vinyl onto our plate. So yes, you can use the HTV on the tile, Michelle, but I will tell you that is going to be not the hardest part, but the part where I want you all to really focus in on, if that makes sense, okay? So if you have any of these, I think today's project's going to be a lot of fun because you're going to be able to do the fabric and be able to do the HTV. So those two together are going to be able to build something super, super fun. Erin is pointing out that the profit margin on these is wonderful. I want to just reiterate that I agree with that. These are amazing, especially for decorative use, having different fabric, all of that goodness. So anyway, looking over at supplies, if we can just go overhead real quick, there's not a terrible ton. You're going to, of course, need the glass cutting board. You're going to need the heat transfer vinyl, which I figured today, we've done so much heat transfer vinyl. I'm going to teach you the design space, but what we're going to be able to do is teach you the fabric cutting, and we just followed typical heat transfer vinyl procedure. So that's already cut out. You're going to need your fabric. You're going to need your dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and I like to use a regular paintbrush. I don't really like to use a foam brush, and let me tell you why. This dishwasher safe Mod Podge, Lauren, have you ever used this stuff?
I've used Mod Podge, but not the dishwasher safe specific.
Just imagine like it's triple the thickness.
Really?
So this is like really, really thick, thick, thick. So just be mindful of that, my friends. So that's why I like to use a real paintbrush, okay? We're also cleaning our Cricut mat today. So if you are a little, if your mat's as non-sticky as mine, this technique's gonna help you a bunch. And we're using the rotary blade. So we're using the rotary blade. And yes, if you bond your fabric, you will be able to use, in your Cricut Explorer, you'll be able to use this blade, which is the bonded fabric blade that is available from Cricut for the Explorer machines. So bonded fabric, raw fabric, pretty much is the breakdown here. So anywho, that is that. If you have an original Cricut Maker, you got this right here. You got the rotary blade. If you have a Maker 3, like we're using today, unfortunately, they don't come with a rotary blade anymore. So that is that. I just want to let you all know. You would get like some bonding. There's a few different fabric bonding out there that you would just like use your easy press and bond to the back of the fabric. It's a lot easier than it sounds. And yes, the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, like I mentioned before, is a lot thicker than traditional Mod Podge. So don't use any regular Mod Podge for this unless you want to do like 10 coats, but it probably would be too gunky. So this is very specific, believe it or not. Okay, and last but not least, mini easy press. So that is that. Perfect. Well, let's head on over to Cricut Design Space because this one is really fun and I'm super excited you guys get to see this. What you're going to see here is we already added the shapes of our cutting boards. As you guys know, anytime we make a project here at Makers Gonna Learn, we love to take the blank and add it in as a basic shape. So for example, if we have a 8-inch circle, which I'm just going to confirm this is an 8-inch circle because this is just blown up for today's example. Yep, this is a this is an 8-inch circle, beautiful. So we'll be able to grab over here at shapes. In the free area, we are going to be able to just select a circle. And then we're going to bring this down here. We are going to change the size to 8 inches and press enter. And then we can just go bring all this smaller, bring this up and zoom in. Beautiful. So this is our 8-inch circle. I'm going to change it to this just to have a background. Now the main part of this right here is I want to make sure you guys know, always, always, always measure your projects once or twice before, bringing it over to Cricut and making things different sizes without knowing. So this is the best way to bring your project into Design Space that we've ever thought of, okay? Hey Carol, welcome to the live. What we're actually featuring today is something that I'm really impressed with, and I can't wait to show you. So if you have seen over here at our new cut file area, just click on the newest cut files. What you're going to see is we have some new customizable cut files. So if you all are on the fence about saying yes to membership, I want you to think about using some of these customizable cut files when you become a member. And what we mean by that is just scrolling down and looking for any cut file that has this right here. So it actually has a little star and a little, edible icon. And this right here is super, super fun. So that means you can customize the cut file. All four of these on the screen, you can do that. I absolutely love being able to put in different definitions for your grandma or Lauren. Down south we call people Meemaw, Mamaw, Nana. There's Grana, yes, yes. So what, just taking this example, you would be able to have the design of this cut file already laid out, but maybe you have other ways to describe your family member or anything like that. Okay, so you're going to be able to personalize the file with different fonts. So what we're going to be able to do is show you exactly how to use those today. We're super excited. So let's scroll down. We're using the This Is Us. This Is Us. Oh, the Canadian ones, thanks, Sin. We are customizing the This Is Us option today, and I'm going to teach you how to do that, okay? So all you need to do is we are going to be able to download this. And when you download this, being a Makers Gonna Learn member, you're going to see here that you're going to get everything you need. So let's click download. And once you've downloaded this right here, I love all the shout outs. We got a Meemaw, we got Mimi, Canadian, woohoo, Grammy, oh, I love Grammy. And yes, so I've downloaded the cut file, zip file. And once we open it, here's the secret, my friends. You're going to open this up and there's going to be 4 files. You're going to have an SVG like normal, a PNG like normal, but you're getting 2 additional cut files. You're getting a curly Sue and an elephant letter. Now these are, again, already in your zip file, so you just want to make sure these editable files are saved to your computer, okay? That is what you're going to want to make sure you're able to do today. Once you have uploaded and saved the fonts, by going ahead and clicking on elephant letters, clicking install font, bringing it in, repeating the process to your other file, things like that, you will have all of that installed, which is incredible. And now what you'll be able to do is actually bring in that SVG. So let's click upload. Let's click upload image. And let's drag and drop that cut file today. So just like normal, the SVG. Now, unless your last name is Burke, which would be very handy, Lauren.
Absolutely.
The Burke family is, if we have any members with the last name Burke, this is for you actually.
All you have to do is
size it and go. But this is actually in a few different colors. And that's very intentional today, my friends. I want to make sure you are aware. You are able to turn on and off, like, oh, I don't want the greenery, or I can turn that off. Oh, I don't want, all of this right here, turn that off. Or you can go ahead and, turn off the fonts. And if anyone ever leaves a comment on a live saying, can someone answer my question, please repost the question instead of asking because we can't find it. If you're wanting a more personalized approach with Makers Gonna Learn, we have a customer care team that's available 7 days a week, and you can email them hi@makersgonnalearn.com. So anyway, what I wanna share with you is how easy it is to truly customize this. So before we jump in to editing this and hiding layers, I want to use this as inspiration. So we are going to bring up first the font that is the B. And the font for B is actually curly Q. So I'm going to go to text. I'm going to go and change this out to curly Q. And for this one, we're going to do Crawford, so capital C. This is for Caitlin, and you can scale it up, and you can size it, okay? So Lauren, here's my secret. To make sure it's sized appropriately to fit the designer's interest, look at this. I'm just gonna put it on top. It's gonna look a little, funny for a second, but have no fear. We're gonna grab another text box, and we are going to grab elephant letters. And here's elephant letters. And all we're going to type in capital, we're going to type Crawford family. Whoops. And look at this. Scale it down. It's a longer name, so you can choose to just have it a little bit smaller, which is fun. And I'm just going to center this up. And once you're good to go there, you are actually just go hide that B letter. So hide that layer and boom.
Look at that.
I love it. And I didn't have to worry about spacing. I didn't have to worry about setting it up because if I unhide this layer, boom. I mean, it looks overwhelming now,
right?
But everything's laid out perfectly, Lauren. I mean, think about this. This kind of takes the thought out of it.
It takes the guesswork out of everything.
That was really easy even for me. Yeah. No thought. So hiding that layer, and then boom. My last step is actually to select all of these layers because we could turn different one on and off. We can go ahead and just weld it. So you can click weld, and this is now all one cut file. So as I scale it up and down, it's one beautiful cut file. So since I brought this in here to scale appropriately, I can just size it for my actual cutting board. I had a question, Lauren, and I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Okay.
So some of the friends were saying, Tanner, could we put
I saw that.
heat transfer vinyl on the back? So my friends, if we put heat transfer vinyl on the back, you're going to be able to see the texture. And Lauren, I personally don't think you could read it too well. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, if you're doing it's
a hard one.
I think you could see that this is us. I think you could see the C.
Yeah.
And I think you might be able to read Crawford family. I don't think the script font is something you're going to be able to read.
It's very textured, so you want to be careful and, kind of just be mindful of it and things like that. So that is really impressive. But guys, what did you think about those amazing, amazing customizable cut files? Okay, so as you can see on my left, you have a really dirty mat, and on your right, you have a really clean mat. Now, how I got here was actually cleaning it with a baby wipe. I did this in a YouTube video last February. So I actually compared cleaning mats 3 ways. My baby wipe is my favorite way. So, Lauren, we were talking about this at the beginning of the show. This mat has been loved on. It is not sticky, not anymore. But this mat used to be that same stickiness. And as you can tell, she's sticky again.
She's sticky now.
So this baby wipe is actually going to remove all the gunk. And what it's going to do is kind of bring back that adhesive. Because underneath here, the adhesive is still there. It's just covered up with debris. So we're going to start working in a small corner. And we're going to rub in a circular motion. And we're applying some firm pressure, but not too much. If you apply too much pressure, it is actually going to remove the adhesive, and we don't want that. But you can use some firm pressure to get this debris off, and you can see if you're in certain light, the texture of the adhesive that is still there. So I don't think if you're worried, like, what happens if I rub off the adhesive? No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about that. I mean, look at this debris. Oh my, ew. Look at that. Is that not crazy? Oh my goodness, yeah. So anyway, look at this, corner's already good. What you're gonna see here is before your eyes, this is gonna be clean, and after it dries, your mat is gonna be perfectly brand new. While it's still moist and wet from the baby wipe, it's of course not gonna be sticky. But after you let it dry, if you're impatient like me, I wave mine in the air. So I'll do that just to demonstrate here in a moment. And these mats get a lot of love here at the office. So we want to make sure we get our money's worth because we are definitely economical crafters here. So the baby wipe method is so good. I mean, Lauren, before our eyes, we're almost done. This isn't even I didn't have to go to a sink. That's probably my favorite thing about this. It's not too messy.
Right.
Which is like very much important steps for me as a crafter.
Someone asked about those wipes being oily.
This is actually
just a Walmart brand, right?
Yeah, but it's free of alcohol. It's free of a lot of the dyes. There's no oil really. I don't know, I change diapers every day now, so yeah. I don't have any issues using baby wipes. If you do have an issue using a baby wipe, what you can do is follow the Dawn dish soap method. I love the Dawn dish soap method.
Yeah, that was always my go-to.
But you have to be at a sink.
I know, and I get that.
My craft table's not at a sink.
I completely get that, but I was just always, I was a Dawn dish soap person.
I mean, the dish soap does work really well. It works extremely well, and it'd probably get a little bit more, but a pack of baby wipes from the dollar store, this, mat, you're gonna have the stickiness back. The pink mat is for cutting fabric. So we are actually cutting fabric today. This is our piece of fabric, and the Cricuts go do literally all the hard work. So we are going to just grab my scissors. I need to cut a smaller piece off before we put it on the mat.
Those are not fabric scissors.
These are not fabric scissors, Lauren. I am so glad you mentioned that. Would you like to tell us your thoughts about using regular scissors on fabric?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do
so
it.
That's a good thought.
That's a pet peeve.
Yeah, Courtney and Lauren.
Actually, I think it's more like the regular scissors on fabric, whatever, but it's the fabric scissors on regular paper that really bothers me.
I agree that I'm with you when it comes to that because, y'all, it is so special.
So they asked a question about the pink and purple mats. So there are purple fabric grip mats. It's just these are the Nickel
but I believe
mats, right?
Yeah, they're off brand.
Cricut
is pink.
Yeah, but there's some purple ones that are
strong grip at Cricut.
Yeah.
So anytime we talk about colors, we're talking true Cricut brand. If an off brand does something a little bit different, that's when you just gotta read on it. So it should tell you what grip it is on it. If you're using nice off brand products, if that makes sense. I like to use a brayer to get some of these bubbles out. I do not have my brayer right now, which is fun. You get to see me just like
it wasn't here when I was filming either.
Oh no, we can peel it up and just replace it. Like, have no fear. This is really easy. That's why you have two hands. So anyway, we apply this down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. And ta-da. So now our fabric is down on our mat, and you guys can see there are no imperfections at all. Like, this is down, it's good. We are super excited. What we're gonna do is we are going to be able to go ahead and go over to the Cricut and design space and finish a few steps. Denise says, is there another mat you can use for fabric? I don't have a pink mat. If you're using a maker, I highly recommend this mat. That's just my personal take. So you could try another mat, but this will give you optimal results. So we'll click make it, and we are going to cut on the mat, and we're gonna press continue, and we're cutting the blue circle. I'm just moving it over. Ta-da! Okay, so now we'll click continue. And yes, Anna, the the fabric grip is totally different than the strong grip. So yeah, we'll browse material. Now Lauren, here, I want you to give me, this is a thicker cotton. This is a thicker cotton. So what do you think we should set that on? I'm gonna see their cotton options.
Yeah.
Light cotton 3 layers, medium light cotton.
No.
This could be interesting. I just want to see what they offer when it comes to, let's just scroll down. So fabric, we could cut it as burlap. Burlap's thick. Yeah. Let's cut it as canvas because it is a thicker cottony material and it's a circle shape, but it is it's a little different.
Or you could just try it on the, what was the cotton options?
Oh, there was a few. There was a medium-like option.
You can always try it on more pressure.
That's true.
When in doubt, always add more pressure.
Yeah. I think canvas, I feel safe with canvas.
Okay.
It'll be pretty thick, and I'm gonna give it a little bit more pressure too, because I want this to cut flawless. Like, we're on live, so we wanna make sure you guys are taken care of. Now, for my Explore friends, let's head over to the Cricut. If you are using an Explore, you'll use like a light grip to a standard grip mat because your fabric is gonna be bonded. What you can bond your fabric with, they have it in the sewing area. It is like Easy Bond
Heat
and Bond, thank you. It is called Heat and Bond. It works flawlessly, and I love it. And look at this, we're just gonna load this in. Ta-da! It's going to go ahead and measure our mat. And what we need to do before we press that flashing play button is we are going to change out these blades. One thing I want to let you all know, your rotary blade should always naturally rotate. So make sure it's never too taut there. That's something I learned working in partnership with Cricut. And once it's there, boom. Once you're ready, press that play button and we're going to watch it cut on right here. So woohoo! I learned how to use dishwasher safe Mod Podge for tumblers and sealing, but didn't realize how easy this product is to use, Erin. I'm so glad you learned that from Maker's Gonna Learn video. You're amazing. Okay, so. Oh my goodness.
Still not cutting through?
No, it is. Okay, so we're gonna unload the mat.
Okay.
All right, let's go overhead. Dun, dun, dun. It's like, Tanner, we didn't do anything. What's happening? Da 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 da. Look at that.
I know.
How about it?
It's always so satisfying.
It really is. I love that. Okay, so we can peel this up. Can we just brag on the Cricut? I could never cut this circle with scissors. Just a preference. Like, this is something you would never be able to do, okay? So we have our circle over here. All we're gonna do is peel off these little sticky grips. They're so sticky that we'll actually be able to just put them right back in place. I'm just keeping them to the side. Okay, so peeling them off. Now what we'll do now is all we're gonna do is grab our paintbrush and we're gonna grab our Mod Podge. Ta-da. Get us quite a bit here. And we're gonna start a nice coat right here. Love this. And this is gonna be like a medium coat.
So Diana asked, I got here late, can you use a spray on Mod Podge? So this is actually dishwasher safe. So it's not the same as the spray on.
Correct. And this is just gonna be even more durable. So if you don't want it to be durable, use spray. Use whatever you want. I support whatever you all want. Remember that. Okay. I forgot to set this up for you guys to see on camera. Oh my gosh, look at this. So this is actually amazing. So we'll actually seal any edges that we need to, but this circle was perfect. So I'm gonna remove off some Mod Podge. And Mod Podge is just like a thick glue. So you can like rub it to your finger if it gets on there, and that's awesome. But what we need to do now is we need to do 3 coats. So we need to do 3 coats here to our Mod Podge now that it's glued down. So I'm just gonna grab my Mod Podge. I'm just gonna start applying some Mod Podge on here. It's really interesting to watch this Mod Podge like seep into the fabric. Mm-hmm. So you can like take it over here to the edges, make sure it is covered, things like that. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, so good.
Yes. So, well, with the Cricut Air, can they cut with the Cricut Air, or is it just Explore?
So the Cricut Explorer Air. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm getting real confused.
Okay.
So yes, we are saying that you can cut fabric with the Cricut Explorer Air, whatever.
Just follow the proper procedure.
You
the
are
proper
going
steps.
to add heat and bond or bond your fabric first.
And there's a bonded fabric setting
Yes.
on the Cricut. So you don't have to like try to do any crazy like, oh my gosh, what setting do I use? Tanner, help me. No, the Cricut's already got you. The Cricut's got you. Bonded fabric. You're not the first person to cut bonded fabric, which is awesome.
Should you use your brayer over the cloth when you first put it down to avoid bubbles? You can if you
I
want to.
did not
that
have a
would be,
single.
But we don't have one in here right now.
Yeah, I didn't have a single issue. So that's just my personal experience. Notice I am just working on these edges because I want them to look so good and finished. So I'm just like applying it down with my finger and then just taking it, brushing some on here. It's actually a really fun project, guys. Like I love doing something a little bit different. I feel like sometimes the projects we do are all kind of the same, and this is something totally different.
And we did have somebody say earlier how this was such a such a good return on investment kind of thing if you do craft fairs. And this is one where you can actually make these ahead of time with the fabric behind it, and then if you bring your Cricut with you, or depending on what size, if you had like a Joy, you could pack it up and bring it with you and customize it so easily. And when you customize it, instead of just saying,
welcome to my home,
family or welcome home, and you actually put somebody's name on it, you can
Just
charge
ups
a
that
couple more
value.
dollars.
Yeah, it ups the value, which we are super all about here at Makers Gonna Learn. We love that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I can prop this up on, but I guess I'll just hold it. So we're gonna let this coat dry. So now is a great time. You guys know. So I'm just making sure there's no excess Mod Podge because we don't want that on here. Love that. Rubbed a little off. Okay, so that is already set. And as you can see, like once it's set, it's like not tacky or anything, like it's pretty dry. Now what we're going to do is just have it here, and we are going to, I already cut out and weeded our project today. So this is us, which we designed together, customized, and we cut it. So I'm going to preheat my mini easy press to level, I'm going to level 3 because this is on glass and it's texture glass. So this is the only part of the process that is gonna be the hardest. So definitely get excited for learning about this, and it is so, so exciting. And we cannot wait. And we're going to start easy pressing. So this is exciting. So I like to kind of give everything a hit before it can move around. And then after it's hit, we can go into any detail spots, okay? So now we can start peeling up here. And look at that. This is us, looks good. This looks good. This area needs a little bit more. So then we come in here, rub, rub, rub. Ta-da! Look at that. And then this letter, the Y over here, so I'm gonna switch hands. And you can see this needs to be down better. And look guys, when you take this nice and slow, you're not going to have any issues whatsoever, which is what we love. Look at how great this is. Oh my goodness, I love that. That is that. But look at this guys, now you have your amazing, amazing plate. And it's super awesome. You can also check out the one we did earlier, so you could do more, other patterns. This gives you an idea of, you know, there's some people that may have different last names and things like that. You don't have to do one of these. You could do either one, and it is super fun. I will tell you, Lauren, I thought about flipping the glass since I took the little bottom pieces off. I thought about decoupaging onto the textured side and being able to do the heat transfer on the other side. But then I was like, you know, I don't want to confuse anybody today.
Right.
So I'm adding my grips back.
But that's the cool thing about these Dollar Tree, that like the Dollar Tree cutting boards that you get, or really anything that you're crafting with, is it's so inexpensive that you can try out these different things. Like you can try.
I mean, how much do we really have invested here? $1.25 cutting board or $1.10. What's the new Dollar Tree price? $1? I don't know. You have the cutting board, you have the piece of fabric, and you have the heat transfer vinyl.
And really,
That's
you
it.
could do that with scrap vinyl.
Oh yeah, scrap pieces of fabric too. I mean, these are 8-inch by 8-inch pieces.
Yeah.
Nothing insane. And you guys can rock your world with these projects, which is what we super love. And we're so excited that you are able to do that. So this is your project today, my friends. What questions do you have? Let us know here in the comments. I'm going to go join Lauren with my water.